Guys, let's fix this angle so that it's like legit what it looks like on the screen. Cool, no problem. So here we are notifying viewers that I'm live. Absolutely wonderful. So I have everything prepared over here. Should I show off the drinks that I'm be having? Because they're all virgin. That might be the only thing in the chat that's a virgin. But you know, every moment is brand new, so we're all born again virgins. So I have my double shot energy. This is, oh my God. Oh, fuck yeah. And then we have my flat water. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then we have my sparkling water. Because, you know, when I get to talking on here, I just keep talking. And you know what happens when I talk? My throat gets dry. So I like to have beverages on deck. This way, you know, I can keep on talking because I love to talk. So let's get started first with the most beautiful sermon of all time. Okay, well, every sermon is the most beautiful of all time. So let's start with this, okay? Manifestation myths. Manifestation myths. Okay, let me talk about something that I really do not agree with in the manifestation community. What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining. So we're just getting shit percolating up in here. Now, here's the thing that I want to tell you when motherfuckers say that you need to do inner child healing, need to go into your 5-year-old self and give it a hug and all this shit. You need to like integrate your shadow self. All of those, what is up, everyone? All of those are, in my opinion, limiting spiritual beliefs that have flowed on over from the spiritual community into the manifestation community, okay, such as like shadow work. Oh my God, do you remember, I don't know when it was, like a year or two back, when that shadow work journal was all over TikTok? I'm doing shadow work. My dude, if you know about manifestation, you going in, you buying a journal. Okay, you buying a journal to sit there and actively think about and activate all the shit that your ego is perceiving is wrong with you, or all the all the shit that your ego perceived went wrong in the past, and you're gonna go reactivate that. My dude, what the fuck you smoking? Because I don't want none of that shit, I'll tell you what, because ain't nothing wrong with you. You see what I'm saying? Because why, if you know about manifestation and you know that you get what you focus on, why are you going to sit down and write out a list of flaws and then identify with them? Oh my God, why are you going to do that? Thank you, Raven. Yo, for real, right? That fucking shadow work journal. I was annoyed as fuck at that motherfucking shit because I'm like, okay, so this is popping up. I don't know why. But it makes no sense. And like, sure, if someone is doing that to like get money and, you know, it's a business idea, like, I mean, props to that. If that's what you're doing, good for you. But you don't need to do that with manifestation, because if you truly understood the way the law works, everything that happened prior to this moment is now defunct. In the name of everything holy, can I get an amen in this bitch? It does not fucking matter. Okay, so here's something that we're going to talk about. You do not have to dive into the crypt and try to figure out what is wrong with you in order to manifest, because you're always manifesting, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now let's look at it. Amen, Trishala. What is up, girl? Thank you for joining. So you don't need to do all of that in order to manifest, because manifestation is as simple as breathing. You don't constantly sit there, I have to take a next breath now. No, you're just doing it, right? So in essence, everyone is always manifesting. And when you are placing your focus on something that happened in the past, unless it is to identify the limiting belief, and you would only want to do this if you have noticed a pattern and the common denominator is you, then yes, you would go in and you would identify what that limiting belief is. But you don't need to sit there and say, I am blah, blah, blah. I am the whatever the fuck it is. Okay. Especially if it's something detrimental. So How about, ooh, you manifested passing your simulator exam. Holla, congrats. What is up? What is up, Bree? Woohoo. Ooh, full moon blessings from the United Kingdom. Yeah, Aries full moon. Holla, holla, holla. You joined TikTok because of me. Aw. I love it. I'm glad you enjoy the content. So when you understand that the law is the law and the law is neutral, the law of assumption, okay, which is what they coined it, but it's really just the mechanics of the way things work, very much like breathing. You're just doing it. It just is. It's just giving you back what you are focused on, and it doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care what happened 5 minutes ago. The only one that is holding on to that is your egoistic perception. So, ooh, greetings from Mexicali, Mexico. What is up? Thank you for joining. Oh, you love my content. Thank you, Danny Yanni. Woo. So here's the thing with that, okay? You, number one, whether you have an ongoing pattern, and you will notice that in a certain sector of your experience, as I like to call them apps, then yes, in my opinion, you might want to go in and say, well, what is the common denominator of what I must believe to be true in resonance to why this pattern keeps showing up for me? Okay, so if, let's say, you have a great life, but you have an area such as, like, let's say career, or finance, and you just seem to be stuck there, and there's a continued pattern, okay? Let's say you always get fired from a job, or let's say you never have enough money, right? Then if that has happened over and over, then yes, I would suggest going in and saying, what does this say about a story that my ego is running with? And then you identify what that story is. So if it came from a place of, you were taught that you had to do hard work, or, the more you put into something physically, the more you get out of it, and you keep having to hustle, right? That's a story, okay? So you would want to change that to the opposite. And the simplest thing to do is look at what that pattern says about that story, make an affirmation that implies the exact opposite, okay? That's all you have to do, but only if there is a pattern. If there is not a pattern, let's say it's an isolated thing that you want to manifest, a free trip to Tahiti. You haven't thought about it before. It's just, okay, yeah, I'm going to Tahiti. Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Likely that shit is just going to play out, and you're not going to have to put any effort into it, because manifestation is not effort. Manifestation is the opposite of what everyone has been programmed to believe, okay? So the focal point of manifesting is that you are not manifesting anything, okay? You are just declaring what you want. You're going about your business. The thing is already done, and then you align with it. That's all it is, okay? But if you're constantly looking for something to fix, such as shadow work journal, you got to go in and fucking heal your inner child and all this shit, guess what? You're going to find some more shit to be wrong with you, because the law is the law, and the law can be very precise, and the law is just going to give you that which you are focused on. So now, instead of saying that, you love your job and you live a luxurious lifestyle and financial freedom and abundance, you're saying, oh, but money, oh, but society says this, Meemaw, Peepaw said that, whatever the case, right? And you're going to get more of that because you're focused on it. So theoretically, you don't even need to affirm more than once, okay? It really depends on where the specific individual is at along their journey. One individual might be able to identify a limiting belief in one shot. Thank you, Ashley S. What's up? Thank you for joining. Okay, they might be able to identify that limiting belief in one shot and say, okay, money always flows to me easily and effortlessly. They never look back. And because the only moment of creation is now, and the law is the law, thank you for the heart. Whee! The law is neutral. The law is going to say, okay, financial increase, boom, financial increase, right? That's what it is, okay? So you want to keep in mind, number one, that there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing whatsoever is wrong with you. Yes, you might have a story running in the background, which you are having in your subconscious and you're not necessarily aware of, but that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you, okay? It just means that you want to reboot the system. So you say an affirmation that implies the exact opposite of it, and you take it and run. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about is basically what it means to be the motherfucker that already has it rather than the motherfucker that is manifesting it, okay? Because I have experienced this myself, okay? Especially earlier, you know, when I first started thinking about it, I was like, oh, I have to do something else. I have to sit and I have to do a meditation. I have to affirm and I had to visualize. I had to script. Like, it was like information overload, okay? So me, my motherfucking lazy ass, I don't really want to do shit, okay? I just want to declare something once, know it's done, and then boom, right? Okay, so I'm going to find a technique that works for me. And what works for me is deciding what I want. Okay, cool, that's it, it's done. If it comes into my mind and the egoistic little voice is chirping and saying, oh, but how are you going to get that? That's impossible. Things just don't appear out of thin air. I'll say, no, it's already done. It's very simple. Okay, I like to keep my shit simple. This is why when I work with individuals, I tell them, you don't need a million affirmations. You really fucking don't. You really fucking don't, okay? What I suggest to anyone, okay, is to identify what you want. So if it is something in your career, okay, what do you want out of that? What is a salary that you want? What do you want your schedule to look like? Do you want to work from home? Do you want to be like traveling? Do you want to go to a 9-to-5 office place? You know what I mean? What do you want out of that? Think about it one time or write it down one time, and you can get as specific as you want, okay? In detail. Just do it once. And then, because I've done this, I wrote it just in notes on my phone. Boom. Okay, yeah, my list came true. Moving on, right? Okay, you do it once. Instead of sitting there, I am always up-leveling in my career. My boss always loves me. My coworkers get along with me great. Like, no, stop. Stop. That's too much, in my opinion, okay? One affirmation. Or two, something that's easy for you to remember. If the topic crosses your mind throughout the day, yeah, everything on my list came true. It's already done. Bim, bam, boom. That's it. Moving on next. Okay. Hit it, quit it, forget you ever did it. Boom. Moving on. Okay. Very simple. Because what you're doing is you're training your ego not to chirp at you with problems. You're saying, shh, relax. We got this. It's already done. And the more you do that, even if you don't believe it, even if it seems delulu, you're going to start to notice that the ego stops doing that, because the ego is being trained now to be on board and in alignment with the new story that you're telling rather than the old one, because the ego is there. You're not going to get rid of the ego as long as you're in a physical vessel, because the ego is part of the operating system, and it says, I am me, you are you. We have separate physical vessels. And, you know, if you want to smash a homie, you know what I'm saying? You might prefer that they have a separate physical vessel from you and you're not just in God consciousness. Well, yeah, we're fucking. Really, my dude? You fucking? Like, what's going on in the ethers here? Ain't nobody got fucking genitalia. You know what I'm saying? So the ego can come in handy with identifying that there are slight nuances and differences, okay? So, now, here's the thing. Once you have done that, once you have said, this is exactly what I want, and if there's any belief systems, you're just like, okay, you know what? No, I'm just going to make an affirmation that implies the opposite of it. Every job that I have, I always love my coworkers. My boss always loves me. I always get promoted. I always get paid more than I expect for doing a job that I love, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, you don't want to continue to be the motherfucker who is manifesting it. Okay? Because if you continually say, I'm manifesting this, and I know this is how like a lot of us talk, just like in the manifestation community, because that's what we're fucking doing. But if you are saying, I'm manifesting this, then yeah, guess what? You're in the identity of the motherfucker that's manifesting it. It doesn't necessarily have it. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a difference with that. So ask yourself in every moment, who am I being? How am I conducting myself as? Okay, am I conducting myself as someone who is secure in the knowing that it's already done? Or am I someone who's like, oh, maybe there's one more technique I need to do to get this shit lit? You know what I'm saying? So who are you being? And that's very, very important, because if you sit and think about the things that you already have going on, such as this is your sister, this is your brother, this is the car you drive, this is your address, these are the fucking sneakers you're wearing. You're not thinking I have to manifest this pair of sneakers. No, because you're wearing them. It's just natural. It's just natural. So you're not manifesting it. You're like, yeah, it's mine. There's a sense of ownership that you claim over the reality that you want. And then that reality must obey your command because you are God. You are the only thinker. You are the only observer. You're claiming that is mine. Okay? So you're applying for a job. Yeah, that's mine. I already got it. How do I manifest it? I had to say an affirmation. I have to go to a firm. I had to do a drive-by outside the fucking office space. No, you fucking don't. Why are you going to do drive-bys outside when you already work there and you know what it looks like on the inside? Why are you going to do drive-bys outside the SP's fucking house when you're already with them and you're already living together? You're already in there. Do you see what I'm saying? So do you notice the difference of who you are being? Because when I see comments like on my videos or like other manifestation creator videos, and it's like people will ask the same thing, but what if this happened? But how do I do this? But what if like, and it's like you're very concerned with the process, which shows that you are saying that it's happening, or how is it going to happen, or I'm going to try to make it happen. You're not. I've got a flash goal. What does that even mean? Should I click it? I'm scared if I click it, I'm going to make the chat and view. Okay, flash goal. Achieve optional goal within 24 hours. Your current will zoom. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to start a flash goal. And I don't know what this means, guys. I really fucking don't. But like, that's the first time I've noticed something like that. So I'm taking a step to break out of the matrix by doing something different, even if it seems minute in the moment. Okay, because that's what we do when, you know, you want to like try to play around with the algorithm. You swipe on something different. So here we go. I don't know what the fucking flash goal is, but here we the fuck are. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying, you don't want to be the motherfucker that's like the identity of the person who's manifesting, okay? Because the version of you who's manifesting is not the version of you that has it, right? So I'm not sitting here manifesting saying, when am I going to go on TikTok live? How is it going to happen? No, because it's happening. So I invite you to look at everything that's happening in your 3D, whether it seems like there's nothing happening or everything is happening or the perceived opposite is happening. I want you to look at it like, oh, I already have what I want. So that's what this means, okay? If you pull up and it's a red light, yeah, that light is red because I have my manifestation. If you go to the grocery store and you buy like 12 bags of chips, yeah, I did this because I already have what I want. You want to project onto everything the version of you that already has it, and you want to assign everything a favorable meaning, and you don't want to think about any potential blocks or hindrances. And this is the most important thing, especially if your ego is perceiving that there is something like wrong or opposite or something in the 3D that needs to be fixed. This is where, in my opinion, you override it the most, because now the pattern is coming up. Something looks similar. So it's your duty as the observer to say, oh, I recognize that bad boy. He ain't allowed up in here no more, so I'm going to do something different. Just like I did something different with the flash goal, right? And that wasn't like a huge thing, but when you respond differently to a seemingly same or similar circumstance, you are now being the different version of you. You've branched off. So here's a neutral circumstance, but maybe it looks familiar because you've experienced something similar before. And then you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I recognize this is, that looks like kind of a pattern, but I know that the only moment is now. So in reality, this thing is neutral. And I'm going to look over here. I'm not going to do what I would usually do. I'm going to do something different, for I am different. And I am different, so the 3D must reflect that. And you don't care about the timing, and you don't care about the how. That's it. And now someone's going to ask, well, I'm not supposed to care about the timing, but this is due, or that has to happen by then, or it's been this long since I've been manifesting. Yeah, you care about the timing because you're looking at time. And time doesn't exist to the God self. Time does not exist in the ethers. Time is all at once. It's all happening now, which is why instant manifestation is possible. So how you take your mind off of time, you find something that you genuinely enjoy doing in the present moment and you focus all on that. Okay, so for me, I like going to the gym. I lose time when I'm at the gym, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just like, I go and I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? I don't wear a watch, but I'm saying I look at my phone. I just made that gesture because I don't know why. Okay, so I do that. Okay, I listen to music. Even when I go on here, it's like there's no sense of time because I'm genuinely in the moment. I'm enjoying it. Okay, or you could be scrolling on fucking TikTok, genuinely into shit, and that too is you not being focused on time. You're just scrolling, you're just in the moment. That's how you take your focus off of the time. What do you enjoy doing already? Desire here or not, there's something that you enjoy. Even if it's taking a motherfucking nap, do it. Okay? Exactly, Leanne. Yes. So you have to be present. Presence is the ultimate, because that is the God state. And I spoke, for real, a nap. I mean, I'm saying, it's whatever you find fitting, that you just, okay, yeah, I'm not going to focus on time because I enjoy doing this so much. Whatever it is, for everyone, it's different. So, that's how you don't focus on time, okay? You can also say it's already done. I'm going to go live my life. I'm going to do this. Now you've taken yourself away from the individual who is manifesting to the individual who has it and is nonchalant. Therefore, they are not looking at the time because they know that it's already done. Like the fucking sneakers you're wearing. You're not manifesting it. You're not wondering when are they going to arrive because they're already here, right? And that is the state. That is the signal that you are emitting. You don't need it. You're not looking for it because it's already done. So the thing is an instant magnetism to your fucking energetic field. Boom. Okay. So, now someone is going to say, but they've been manifesting for this amount of time and it seems like nothing is happening. Look at what you just said. You've been manifesting for this amount of time. Number one, you're looking at time. Number two, you're decreeing that nothing is happening. So if you're the operant power and you make a decree and you're saying nothing is happening, then can I have a show of hands? What is that signal saying? Motherfucker in the back. Yes, that's right. It totally means that you are not in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's what it means, okay? You have to not look at the timing or say it's been this amount of time, because you're not being in the moment and you're being the individual who is manifesting it, not the individual that has it, okay? So, exactly. It's not right, Leanne. You're not being the one that's in it because you're saying that nothing is happening. So you are the one who's making nothing happen, even though things are always unfolding. It's like you put a pause on it, right? So shit is rolling. Okay, yeah. Oh, nothing's happening. Pause. Yeah, nothing's happening. Your finger's still on the fucking pause button, right? So that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And you're not being in the state. Okay, the state of the wish fulfilled, like I said, can be as simple as sitting on the toilet bowl and scrolling fucking TikTok if you want it to be. As long as you're not thinking against it, and as long as you're not thinking about timing, you're just in the moment, okay? So you want to be mindful, even if, let's say, you're like, oh, I know that the thing is already done and blah, 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 like, oh, but where is it? That too is wavering. It's like, yes, you can have a conviction knowing that it's already done and still be impatient. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go and you're going to find an activity that you enjoy, and you're going to seem to lose a sense of time. And then you're taking your focus off of the time, and the thing comes to you. This is why I've heard so many times that they were not thinking about or expecting the manifestation. They were doing something totally different, and then the manifestation occurred because they weren't holding it on the pause button. They were in the moment. So that shit fast forwarded in, okay? That shit came in at 5x speed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on with that, because it's like you have to be mindful of the words that you're speaking as well. Even if you want to ask someone a question, a lot of times your answer can be found in that fucking question if you look at it. Okay, so you're gonna say a bill is due by this time, and how's it gonna happen? Okay, so number one, you're going with the story that a bill is due. You can say, I don't know shit. All of my 3D experiences and expenses are already paid for. You see? It's just about changing the story in the moment. So before you ask a question, you have the answer inside you already, but you're not seeing it because your awareness is placed too much on the fucking problem. And we already know that the problem and the solution are the same thing in different degree, okay? So what you want to say, your life is all inclusive. I love that. That's fucking lit. You want to go in the moment. You want to reframe it just like you're rewriting over a fucking storybook, okay? Look at, I don't even know what's happening in the chat, honestly, but thank you, the soul rituals. So be mindful. If you have a question right now, even if it's a question about a circumstance, okay? But this happened in the 3D. Can I still manifest the thing? What do you think anyone is going to say to that? Like, what do you think anyone is going to say to that? They're going to say, yes, of course you can. But it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It's what you perceive to be true. So do you perceive that a circumstance is impossible? Because if you perceive it that way, then that's what is going to play out for you. Okay? So before you ask a question, just ask yourself, what is this saying about a story? So you can have something that looks like hot garbage dumpster fire in your 3D, okay? It could just show up and you're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? But then you're like, oh, I know what the fuck it is. That means I already have what I want. Okay, moving on. Do you see how that was? And it doesn't matter how you're feeling to that extent where your feelings are going to manifest. Yes, your feelings are important in terms of you want to have a pleasant 3D experience, but no matter how you're feeling, you keep your thoughts on what you want. It's already done. It's already taken care of. I'm always protected. I'm always wealthy. I'm always loved. It doesn't matter what this is. You turn your attention away, and the more you do that, you're training the ego to turn the attention away from negative. You're training it to look at positive, and then I think that's what they call the reticular activating system or some shit in science. I don't fucking know. I don't do science. I do fucking metaphors, but that's if any of you are more logically inclined and you want to look into it, okay? It's really like it's filtering out the things that it perceives to be the most pertinent to you, just like your FYP is giving you the videos that you engage with the most, right? So there's some... There was some video that I was watching earlier, and I watched it, I mean, an abhorrent amount of times. I just kept watching it. And I was at the gym in front of like mad motherfuckers, and I was just laughing. I was hysterically laughing at just watching this video on the treadmill. I didn't give a fuck who seen me, like, yo, what this bitch laughing at? I show you, you gonna laugh too, but whatever, okay? I watched this video so many fucking times, okay? I'm engaging with it, right? So now the algorithm of TikTok, just like the algorithm of the reticular activating system, is like, oh, there was strong engagement with this right here. So, let's look for more. So there could be a whole bunch of other videos. But what is TikTok going to show me? Something that is similar to the video that I engaged with the most recently and that I spent a lot of time with. And then it's going to show me more. That's how your mind works. It's like the same fucking thing on a different level, okay? So you need to really, really, really be mindful of where your mind dwells. Not that, like, if you have a fleeting thought, it's fine. but you just don't want to dwell there. So if you notice that you're in like a frame of mind for a good amount of time, you're gonna say, well, do I want this to play out in 3D? Yes or no? Okay, and then that answers your own question. But your reticular activating system is like the filter, and the more focus you put on thoughts that you do want, the more it's going to filter out things that are not like that and bring you more of the content that you want to consume. Okay, and if you keep turning your attention away from thoughts that you don't want, pretty soon your entire feed is going to look pristine just the way that you want it to. Okay, so that's exactly how it works. Thank you so much, Leanne. I'm glad you love the content. Hey, Tina Louise. But the thing that I want to tell you is that, you know, in the whole scheme of you need to do shadow work and all of that, it's the same fucking principle as what I just said. If you keep looking for problems, if you keep looking for new techniques, if you keep looking for something wrong with you or why it hasn't happened, how much more time is it going to take? Then you're, what is that? It's filtering out the thing already being done, and it's bringing you more of looking for it, that there's something wrong. And like a large component, okay, a large component is the way that you are interpreting the 3D, okay, a large component, because you cannot be swayed by the 3D when you are the operant power. You cannot. That's like someone, you know, you're God and you walk into the room, okay, our motherfucker is gonna bend and bow and serve you? Or are you walking in the room like, oh, this motherfucker right here, I know I'm God, but oh, let me serve that. My dude, what? Like, why are you gonna bend over, spread your cheeks for the 3D circumstance if you know you're fucking God? So the more you do this, you're going to get the mechanics, you're going to get the computer on board with your God alignment and your God spotlight, things that already are. And you're going to start to program the software of the humanoid mind, because that's how it works, right? It's the parameters of the game. Just like you're playing with an avatar in a video game, there's certain parameters that it follows. It's not you, it's the avatar. The mind is the avatar. It is a program, okay? And you're programming yourself because your mind is a supercomputer. The most supercomputer of all time, but that's the way I like to look at it. So you don't want to take anything personally. And I know motherfucker, oh my God, some motherfuckers take shit up the butt around the corner and now they got dick coming out their mouth. That's how hard they took it up the butt, okay? They're like, you see a fucking penis, okay? Do not take things personally. And this may or may not take practice, okay? It may or may not. You might be able to do it in one shot, but it might not work, okay? Especially if they're like, oh God, we're gonna address specific person shit now, okay? So especially in a relationship where motherfuckers literally and metaphorically take it up the butt, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, but anyway, in relationships especially, you might take it up the butt more often than if it's something else, like if it's memoir or peepaw, okay? In a romantic relationships, you just, you know, it's like butt sex all over the place, okay? No lube or nothing, you just, well, man, like, you know? So what you want to do is practice not taking things personally, especially with SP manifestations, okay? I'm not saying other situations can't be taken personally either, but like, you know, for the most part, from what I've seen, it's like the SP manifestations where it's like feeling, you know the law, you good. Yeah, I'm Jiggy Prime. I'm walking around in my God self and I know, oh shit, they ain't call me. They ain't text me back. Oh no. And the emotions, now they done like ransacked your ass, okay? And now where are you? You're in an emotional spiral because you took it personally, okay? You're glad your spirit led you to this live? Well, Just K, I'm glad you're here too. Holla. Anyone else just chuckle when I say motherfucker, it's 2:40 a.m. You laughing out loud? Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying the show, Soul Rituals. Okay, so you don't want to take things personally. Now someone is going to say, well, how don't I take things personally? It's personally to me because they said this to me, they did this to me. Now what we're going to do, instead of taking things personally, we're going to look at and say, I know the law, and I know that I'm the operant power, I'm the only creator of everything in my experience, and I understand that everyone is me pushed out. What was my hand in them saying this to me? Okay? Because you see what I'm saying? You don't need to do this. You could just pretend that that didn't happen. But for those of you who want to learn how to like really process and be implementing these practices into your life so that you can have this successful relationship with this person, you have to stop looking at them as an outsider, because they're not, they're you. Okay? So you're going to ask yourself, okay, yeah, I didn't like that, or my ego didn't like that, because my God self really doesn't give a shit. My ego didn't like that because it identifies with a particular story and a belief. What does that belief say? Oh, okay, so I did create for this specific motherfucker to say this because I had that belief, and if they're me pushed out, they were just picking up on what I was transmitting to them, whether I was consciously aware of it or not. So I'm going to rectify that belief. Okay, belief, bye-bye, you out in the booty garbage bin, never to be seen or heard from again. And then if you need to affirm the opposite of that belief, then you go ahead. Okay? And then you're going to stop taking things personally, because you're going to see that you had a hand in all of it. Okay? So that's what I want you to keep in mind. You ask yourself, anytime the SP does something, you feel like the emotions are like coming through, okay, to kidnap your motherfucking ass, you're gonna be like, let me just take a deep breath. Okay, I'm source, I'm the operant power, I'm all there is, I'm the Lord and there is none else. I see how I had a hand in creating that. Okay, yeah, I don't like, well, my ego doesn't like this situation right now, but I know that if I created it, I can also uncreate it. I can make it dissolve just as easy. What is the opposite of what that baseline story said? Okay, cool. Now I am this. Now you affirm that, whatever. And then you stop, okay? And this is why, like, you know, a lot of times motherfuckers, when they're spiraling, they're saying, it's like they're not in the self-concept that they ought to be if they want to make things move very swiftly in the 3D. They're in a place of looking at it from the ego's perspective. They're not looking at it from the higher perspective of the self-concept, okay? And this is why motherfuckers can place themselves in a, he said this, she did that, they went there, they posted this, whatever you're gonna say, right? That's victimizing yourself. That's not a strong self-concept if you're placing yourself in the victim. So now you're at mercy of, like, a person says something to you. You see what I'm saying? And that can be something tough for someone to deal with, because it's like, of course you wouldn't want to put yourself in a fucking shitbag situation. Of course you wouldn't. Why the fuck would you do that? But if you had an underlying belief, okay, then yeah, that might spill out, okay? And then it seems like the motherfucker is doing something to you, but they're not doing anything to you. You're doing it to you via the avenue of this other motherfucker's reflection back to you, mirroring something that was already going on. So there's this quote that I seen somewhere on TikTok, and I seen it a while ago, but I love using this analogy now. And it's saying, ooh, 11,100 likes, 111, fuck yeah. So the quote was, and it was in some comment section, I don't even remember where it was, but it said, leave an insult on the ground and its owner will come find it. What do you think that fucking means? What that means in this context, as I'm about to explain from my personal perspective. No worries, Scary Movie is just on in the background, so I'm just laughing. Oh my god. Okay, well, easily distracted here. Yes, I have Mercury in the 3rd house, in case anyone wants to know. So yeah, I'm like, what? He at home. He loved being at home. He's so comfortable. He here, he there, he everywhere, and then he disappears and he comes back again. Okay, so leave an insult on the ground and its owner will come find it. What this means in the concept of the story that I gave about the SP said something to you that your ego took offense to, but you see that there was an underlying belief. So you already felt that way within you, or you had a thought about it or a belief or whatever, right? So if you are saying that nobody gives a fuck about you, let's say that that's like a belief, okay? The SP, maybe they didn't get back to you, maybe they didn't call you, but your core belief is that nobody gives a fuck about you. So that's the insult, right? So leave the insult on the ground and its owner will come find it. The insult was lying dormant within you. The SP, okay, just happened to reflect that back to you. So now you're going to go come find it. And you're like, oh, that's showing me that I believe this about myself and the SP, and now you're going to come pick it up. You're going to toil with it, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm the owner of this belief. Because if you did not have that belief in your fucking subconscious at all, the SP could ignore you. I mean, you might not have spoken to SP in 3 fucking years. And you're not going to be offended because that's not your fucking belief. You're like, everyone gives a fuck about me. I don't care if they're in my life or not. I know they're thinking about me and I know they can't wait to see me again. You see what I'm saying? So now that's something. Leave a compliment on the ground and its owner will come find it. Okay? So now you're like, everyone loves me. Everyone cares about me. Everyone prioritizes me. I'm the most important motherfucker of all time. Okay? Yeah, so the SP is going to reflect that back to you. And then you're going to go to that. Oh yeah, the SP loves me. The SP adores me. The SP can't live without me, of course, because I'm the greatest motherfucker of all time and everyone loves me and everyone prioritizes me above all else. And you're going to find that in this motherfucker, not because that motherfucker presented it to you, but because you already had it and the reflection showed you. That's how it works. So, oh, thank you, Jasmine. You love the nail. Yeah, I love the black nails too. I would switch it up. I just, I'm all black, everything. It doesn't matter if it's spooky season or not. I love it. So that's why you're going to start to take things less personally when you're dealing with an SP, when you realize that something came from you, okay? So if you think of something that you have a strong belief in. Okay, so here's one example, and this is fairly common. Okay, I hear from a lot of individuals that they're afraid to fly. Okay, a lot of individuals, for whatever reason, personal to them, whatever it is. Okay, they don't like it. It scares them. Okay, and I've heard this a lot. So I've been with individuals and they're on the plane and they're freaking out, like every bump, every turbulence, or if they hear a noise, like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, right? Because they have that in them. They have a fear of flying for whatever. So is the plane doing anything to them? No, the plane is actually helping them. It's getting them from point A to point B. But they are perceiving it because they carry that in them, that there's something to fear with flying. Whereas me, I don't have a fear of flying. I've never had a fear of flying, okay? I just get on a plane, okay, whatever. So I'm not even in resonance with anything like fearful in regards to that. So I would not attract that type of situation. Do you see what I'm saying? Just like someone with a healthy relationship belief, yeah, all my relationships always work out well, okay? So then what? They're going to have that reflected back to them. They're not going to be like heads up every fucking twist and turn, every text message or lack thereof. They're not even thinking anything because they're like, yeah, this person loves me. They're solid in that. Just like I'm solid in my story that the plane, what is it doing? The plane is neutral. It's getting me from point A to point B. That's it. Okay? Where someone fear of flying, everything that they see, sense, hear, that they're on high alert, right? Just like someone with an unhealthy concept of how relationships are, every little thing that SP does, they're gonna be nitpicking. Oh my God, they put 2 question marks instead of 3. Oh no, what do you think they mean by this? Oh, SP posted a picture of a fucking toenail. What do you think this means? Look, Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Ooh, you do Reiki too, soul rituals. So do I. I love that. You're in London. I love London. London is like one of my all-time favorite cities. I fucking absolutely love it. I love everything about London. So, I love you too, Aubrey's. Yo, the toenail. I'm just saying, right? So if someone has an unhealthy viewpoint, right? It's sort of like that insult on the ground. They're going to come find it no matter what, okay? So motherfucker over here, they're in their relationship because they don't see a problem with anything, because they're like, yeah, this motherfucker's in love with me. I'm the shit. That's all there is to it. This other motherfucker's in another relationship and they're like, oh no, what do you think this means? What do you think that means? Well, what about this? Oh, but you see, because they're looking for something that is already within them and they're looking for it in another motherfucker, just like the motherfucker who's scared of flying is looking for a problem in the plane when there ain't none and the problem is within them. Fuck yes. Okay? I'm just saying. Because there ain't no problems, right? Because how can there be a problem? I'm on the same plane as Homie Holmes over here. I'm chilling. I'm like, okay, whatever. Homie Holmes is having a shit fit. What do you see? The plane is neutral, right? Because I'm having this experience and the other motherfucker is having this experience. So which motherfucker is the correct one? The answer is both. They're both correct because they're both creating their own experience based on what they perceive. That's a bar. I love it, Leanne. Thank you. Yeah. So it's like you have to be aware that there is no problem. Okay. So you're manifesting a relationship, or I even kind of want to stop saying that, because just what I spoke on before about you don't want to identify as the motherfucker who's manifesting it. So you're the motherfucker who, has the focus of love, okay? You have the focus of love. So love is neutral, just like the plane is neutral. So you're like, okay, lack of love, abundance of love, problem, solution, same thing, different degree, but the answer is love, right? So now what do? To dissolve and to come to true neutrality where there's no problem and there's no solution, because the problem and the solution are like constructed into each other with that little hand dance I just fucking did. Okay, the problem and the solution are the same thing, different degree. So what is the topic? Okay, the topic is love. Oh, well, I am love. That's it. Boom. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. All I see is love. All I hear is love. All I feel is love. Everything around me is love. Everyone around me is love. I am love. I am love. I am love. You're taking the focus off the lack of love, the perceived problem, and you're just placing on love itself, which is going to neutralize. So now that the abundance of love can flow to you. And I got into this a little bit when I was talking about reality transurfing, the excess potential, because if you're so focused on the lack of something, you're building up potential in that area, and then once you neutralize it, the seesaw has no choice but to like go back, right? And then the overflow of love, and then it rectifies. Okay, that's exactly what it is. Thank you so much, Angie. I'm glad you think I'm good at explaining this. I talk in metaphors. You know what I mean? Good question. Once you know you caused a situation, how do you reverse what you did? So I find this would be beneficial for everyone in the group. It's kind of revision, but it kind of isn't. But if you know that you caused it, what was the original story that caused it? You're going to declare once the opposite of it, or you can robotically affirm the opposite, or just affirm the opposite whenever the thought comes into your mind. And you say the opposite of what it is. And then it's like the same description that I gave with the metaphor, right? Now you're not focusing on the thing that you didn't want to happen happening. You're focused on the thing that you prefer. So that's going to balance the scale. That's all you're doing, is just going to the opposite end of the spectrum and focusing only on what you want. You say you talk in riddles. Yo, so do I, Raven. That shit is lit. I fucking love it. Ooh. Good night, soul rituals. Happy 10-10. Well, it's not 10-10 here yet. I don't know if it is in London. I think you said you're in London, but have a good night. Enjoy your night. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the comments. So that's how you rectify speaking parables, right, Kayla? I fucking love it. I love it. That's why I love reading the fucking Bible and the Kabbalion, because the way that it's written is just, it's so fucking poetic. It's so fucking amazing, at least to me. I don't know. Maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea because it's kind of old-timey language, but you know. Ooh, okay. Oh, it's not 10 to see. I don't even know what day it is. Legit, I don't even fucking know. It could be the middle of June and I would not know. I would have no clue. But thank you so much, Jules. Thank you for joining. You love my live so much. Thank you. I love being here. I'm happy all of you are here. But you know, I think I made a video on this about revision where, in my opinion, you're the baddie troll under the bridge. Hell yeah, you are, Kayla. Thank you for the cats, Chloe. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you for the hearts. So here's the thing, right? With revision, and I talked about this in my other live when I was saying how to like quantum shift. If it's something that you absolutely cannot just say that never happened and think the opposite. So let's say, for example, SP told you they hate you, they don't want to be with you. Okay. You could say that never happened, they're so in love with me, and that would be enough. But if you keep thinking about it and you keep thinking about it, yes, you can robotically affirm, but if it's something that is continuing to bother you, because maybe it won't, you can just declare it once and then move forward, and then, you know. Ooh, thank you, Purple Shadow. I can't see the rest of your name, but thank you for the roses. Oh, Purple Shadow, thank you. If you were to just declare it once, know that never happened, or it happened like this, and you went with that, you don't need to go in and revise a whole scene. You don't need to do that. It's like a waste of time, okay? But if it's resonant, ooh, thank you for the jack-o'-lanterns. Ooh, spooky season, I love it. Then you would go in and you would quantum shift to that other timeline, okay? And I explained that I have a few videos on here, which I clipped from the live stream. I have the full live stream on my YouTube, but I go into depth there, okay? But it really is not that serious unless it's like you're actually really wanting to shift into another reality. Oh, and here's what oh my God, I love it. Okay, here's what I was going to talk about in a video, okay? Which maybe I'll just make a clip from this live and just post as a video. What I wanted to talk about, you guys, okay, you know how we say that you're manifesting a person, right? So you're manifesting the version of them that you want, which is a different version than the motherfucker that you're used to or showed up for you previously unfavorably, right? They're two different motherfuckers. So here, check this, bro, because this shit is trippy, and I'm not saying it happens all the time, but if you are manifesting a specific person, and it doesn't have to be a love interest, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor, it could be a relative, it could, whoever, anyone, okay? Anyone at all. If you are so focused on the identity of them that you want and you omit everything else, that shift can happen instantaneously. It can happen in front of your face, okay? But it can be instant, and you might be like, well, who even is this? Okay, but you know who that is. Thank you so much for the jack-o'-lanterns. You might be like, who even is this? Okay, so I want to talk about this. So I'm going to tell you why, because I know like the SP topic is a very hot commodity in the manifestation community, okay? So if you're manifesting an SP, and then let's say this motherfucker shows up tomorrow, right? And they show up perfectly conformed, okay? They show up like perfectly conformed. Thank you for the heart. Love it. And you, okay, here's where you want to be mindful. Okay, let's say it happens overnight and this person was behaving like an ultimate trash bag, and now they show up like your ideal, okay? They show up perfectly. Thank you, coquettish. I think that's how you say it. Coquette. I've heard that word before. I don't know. I don't be knowing phonics like that, so apologies. But thank you so much for the gifts. Wait. Oh, we had the puzzle piece already? Holy shit. You see, this is what I was talking about before. Oh, fuck, I did it like to the side. Time does not exist. And when I go on the TikTok live, I lose time because I've been talking for like an hour because I always get the puzzle piece in an hour. Ooh, let them cook. Fuck yeah. Purple shadow, thank you. So let me tell you this, okay, right? So what I was saying, right? So you manifest this motherfucker and you manifest them and they show up and they're completely different. It is your duty right now to not, because here's something important, especially with specific motherfucking manifestations. It's very, very important that you don't freak yourself out by how they showed up differently. Okay? Because you're literally manifesting a brand new version of them in your mind. So the hologram of your mind is going to project out the new hologram of them to you, which is going to be different from the other one. And if you do this astutely, okay, and they show up, and it's like you don't even see any conforming, you don't see birds before land. It's just like boom, they show up out of nowhere. And you're like, whoa, who even is that? You cannot be freaked out. So prepare yourself to make it natural, that you are interacting with this version of them, because them showing up in the 3D like completely transformed. And I've seen this fucking happen like overnight, instantly, where I'm just like, no, this motherfucker's showing up like that. And I just decided. And then the next day I'm like I fucking react outwardly because I knew what the fuck happened. But in my mind, I'm like, oh shit. Like, because they are not the same version. With that being said, this is sort of like shifting timelines, but it's not really like you're shifting your timeline. It's like you're shifting into a timeline where you have always only interacted with the ideal version of them and not the shitbag version. So you might notice things in what is them perceiving as their past or their future might be different too. Or you might notice that they have like a beauty mark somewhere and they didn't have that like the last time you saw them, and you're like, wait, like it might be something. And I'm telling you because I feel like this might be pertinent information, okay? There might be something slightly different about them. It might be physically, or it might be something that they say. Like, so let's say the SP conforms, okay, whoever it is, and then you're like, oh shit, who even is this? Because they're already acting different, right? They're behaving to your ideal. Hey Michelle, what is up, girl? Woohoo! Angie, immediate follow, thank you. Woo! Love you too, Michelle. Woohoo! You had a beauty mark vanish in minutes. See, yeah, this shit is instant. So what's happening is that you now shifted your awareness to the timeline where SP has always been the ideal version of you. So the ideal version of them, they might have a different memory and different experiences from the perceived past and in the perceived future. So I'm gonna give you an example. The SP shows up conformed. They might have had a beauty mark somewhere, okay, and now it's gone. And you're like, all right, okay, that's interesting. And then you notice that you're like, okay, they're behaving differently. There's something different with their appearance, and it's not going to be necessarily something that's super shocking. Okay. This is why it's like very subtle, right? So what you are doing is interacting with them. Now you're like, oh yeah, I remember that dog that you had when you were like 5 years old or whatever. And the SP might be like, what dog? And you're like, well, you told me you had a dog. His name was whatever the fuck it was, right? And they're like, I didn't have a dog. I'm like, wait, you mean my cousin's dog? Because I never had a dog. That's my cousin. I wasn't allowed to have pets as a kid. And you remember specifically the dog, but you know, right? Because you're the one that is aware of the both versions of SP and the former version, but they're not aware because they're a totally different person. So they have no idea that they were even showing up for you differently, because all they know is their timeline, because they're a hologram of you. So you're like, oh yeah, it was your cousin's dog. My bad. I had a fucking brain fart right there. I don't know what the fuck. And you're like, oh shit. And that's how you can tell. And you can also tell in another way. If let's say there's a future scenario. So you're talking to the conformed version of SP, and then the SP, maybe they always wanted to be a doctor, okay? and now they're talking, they might be still in medical school, okay? They always want to be a doctor. They might be in medical school. They're like, no, I can't wait to be a doctor. I want to do this. I want to do whatever the fuck, right? And then you talk to them like, you know what? I think I don't want to do this doctor thing anymore. I think I'm going to get a career in whatever this other field is. And you're like, but you, ever since I've known you, you've always said you want to be a doctor. No, it's not really for me. I just kind of went into there because, I don't know, I want to make my parents happy or some shit. You would maybe start even thank you, Coquettish, for the rose. You might start noticing that they say different things about their past and different things about a perceived future. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's a different person. It's them where like they look like themselves and shit like that. You know, it's their voice, it's their, you know, like, but there might be something slightly off. And I'm telling you this because it's like if you start to get freaked out because you see that you manifested this version of them and you're like, wait, like, is that really them? There might be something off with it because they're a different person. So that's a surefire way you can tell that you have correctly and properly tuned all of your awareness to only the identity of them that you want. And now is your duty, once they show up like this, to not be freaked out and be like, whoa, I manifested this motherfucker to not have a dog growing up. Like, what the fuck? But you didn't. You just tuned into that version where it's similar to the version that you know, because the Matrix has to make it look like a semblance of realism to your fucking mind, because that's how the parameters work. But what's going to happen is that you're going to be like, oh shit, so it worked, and you're gonna notice. They're not gonna know shit because all they've ever been is that ideal version for you. So now it's your duty not to mention the old story to them, especially if it was unfavorable. Not to mention in your mind the old story of them, not to talk to yourself about the old story, and continue to live it. And what you do when you finally get whatever it is you're manifesting, whether it's a specific person or thank you, the way I explain manifestation is so clear and understandable. I'm glad you resonate. So you want to make sure that you keep up with the favorable story. You don't want to freak out and be like, oh my God, I manifested them and they're a whole new version and this, that. No, you did it. Congratulations, you did it correctly. But if you do notice anything that is a little different, that is a clear sign that you have manifested that new version of them. And here they are, okay? And they're perfectly aligned with what you want. So now it's your duty. You have to stay in alignment. Thank you for the gifts. Ooh, I love that. Is that a pie? That's so cute. Pumpkin pie. Hell yeah. Woohoo. So that's what you have to do. You have to stay in your awareness of this new version of them and keep projecting what you want. Keep projecting what you want. If you don't want to see it on the screen, you get that motherfucker out your mind. What happens if you freak out? I mean, you know, it's still your reality, so whatever you say is going to happen, but I'm just telling you this so that you get so immersed in the new version of them that you are even like, okay, well, if I notice something that's slightly off, but it's in a good way, I'll know that I'm successful. So you want to preemptively declare that. But if you do freak out and you have like a reaction, I would just go with, oh, yeah, that never happened. Nope. That just shows me that I'm in alignment. I did it correctly. I'm a successful manifester. I'm a master manifester. I did it. There's no reason to me to freak out because this is just showing me the effort of my greatness here in the 3D. I never freaked out. I never freak out. I'm always cool, calm, and collected no matter what. I handle that so perfectly. Everything that I do is so fucking perfect. I'm so fucking pimp. I'm so fucking amazing. And whatever I did made this motherfucker love me even more. That's it. But like I was saying, it is your duty to keep momentum going in the direction that you want. And this is just for anything, okay? Because if you fall off, and this is what individuals could say, because I've seen so many individuals and they're like, oh, that they manifested the SP and then the SP left again. And I'm like, okay, so what in you changed? And every single time it's been, I didn't keep up with my mental diet. I went back to the old story every single time. So You want to make sure that you really do not go back to the old story. You keep moving forward. And you're like, okay, well, I manifested this brand new person who is my SP, but it's a different version of them. It's like the SP 2.0. And now I wanna upgrade them to the 3.0. So what else amazing are they doing? I did it once, I could do it again. They could show up even more amazing. Like, do you see what I'm saying? So you focus on the amazance of the thing and not a perceived problem. Ooh, Magic Mirror. Love that name. La 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 la. Back and forth with SP. The only thing that anything with an SP can be back and forth is if you are back and forth in your mind. If you're perceiving that there's a back and forth, it means you're wavering. It means that you're wavering in between two different stories, or maybe three or more different stories. Like, I don't know, it's specific, but if you're getting any type of back and forth, hot and cold, that's coming from within you as well, you know? Woo. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Spice. Ooh, thank you for being here, Queen with Tay. Glad you enjoy the knowledge. You want to manifest to move to Miami? Then I would just go with that you're already there. There's no manifestation required. It's already done. I'm in Miami. So where do you want to live? Apartment, house? Do you have roommates? Are you living with a partner? Are you living on your own? Or do you have a pet? How's your lifestyle in Miami? I would focus on that because you're already in Miami. Door slam. like you're already in Barbados. We can't talk about you manifesting to move to Miami because you're already living in Miami. You see? Ooh, Brickell. Hell yeah, there you go. Then that's where you're at. I don't know if that's how you say Brickell or Brickell. You are in Barbados. Exactly, Kay. Exactly. You are in Barbados. We cannot talk about you going to Barbados. Who said you went to Barbados? Who said you're manifesting moving to Miami? You're already in Miami. So this is where I said in one of my, Magic Mirror. I'm glad you're feeling blessed. Hell yeah. Oh, the Barbados story is definitely like, that's like probably my all-time favorite shit. Because the thing is, if you're talking about how do I manifest this, and like I get it, like in the community there are valid questions like what to do, of course, if you need like guidance on that, but like once you know this stuff, it should just be coming natural. Okay, so what's the next destination on the GPS? Okay, input it that. I'm already there. Okay, cool. So think about, would you even go to the grocery store? Okay, I went to Walmart today and oh my God, that was a fucking adventure and a half, I'll tell you what. Okay, but anyway, I do enjoy the Walmart sometimes. But whatever. I set the intention. I said, I'm going to go to Walmart. Okay. But the things that I wanted to purchase at Walmart, I was already focused on there as I'm heading to Walmart. Do you see what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking, how am I going to get to Walmart? What road goes there? How am I going to do that? Like, no. How much time is it going to take to get to Walmart? No, I was like, I am in Walmart. I'm buying this. I'm buying that. I'm buying that. Okay. That's how you do it. Okay, so yes, the destination is Walmart, but like I'm already in Walmart. I already have my list ready to go. So you're already in Miami. So now what's happening, right? And that's the best way to do it because it's like it's already covered. Okay, just like with the whole Neville Barbados situation. You know what I mean? Okay, you try to explain this to your friends. Yeah, I mean, some people, they get it and some don't. It just... I mean, everyone's doing it, but you know, some just aren't open to like understanding the mechanics. But with the Barbados story, Abdullah didn't even tell Neville to do anything other than sleep every night. Imagine that he was in Barbados. And then Neville's like, oh, but I've been doing that and nothing's happening. Okay, but why are we talking about nothing is happening, that you're not in Barbados, that you're going to Barbados? You went to Barbados, you went first class, whatever the case. How do you stay in that state? You're journaling about living in Miami. You don't need to constantly stay in that state in a way where it's you think that you have to do something. You're staying in that state every time that your mind crosses it, and you are remaining faithful to the desire. So if you're journaling and you're scripting it, you could be like, everything on my scripting list came true. I'm already in Miami. It is done now. Boom. That means you're in the state because you're not contradicting it. So you're in this state even if you're not thinking about your desire, because you're not thinking against it. Do you see what I'm saying? You're just kind of letting it flow. Yeah, if you don't go against it, it's totally fine. Do you think you can make law of assumption work in your favor while also having faith in tarot? I mean, that's your perception. If you believe in tarot and you find resonance with it and you enjoy it, then, I don't see an issue with doing that. But remember, the tarot is still based off of the law of assumption, so the cards are going to show you. So you have to keep that in mind. The cards are not telling you anything that you don't already know is going on within you. And the thing with like tarot card readings and all of that stuff, like, yes, it's fun and it can provide insight, but you also want to be mindful if you're like obsessively doing tarot card readings, because that means you're definitely not in the state. So if like your FYP is like, oh, this tarot reader, oh, like you're going to start seeing different individuals reading tarot, and they're all going to give you like a similar message because it's the algorithm that you're already focused on. So it's you. The tarot reading is you. So if you want to get one, or if like a rando fucking tarot reading pops up in your feed and you're like, oh shit, that has resonance, cool. And you just take it like, yeah, cool, that resonates with me. Just like I see videos of like creepy shit. Okay, like the one that fucking field day I was having lately was Appalachia. I would say Appalachia, but apparently when they were saying it's called Appalachia to like, people who grew up there. So whatever, if it's Appalachia, I'm gonna say Appalachia. Probably don't know how to pronounce it either, but I was watching like horror stories. Like they were talking about like skinwalkers and like whistling in the woods, and all of a sudden when the crickets stop, what does that mean? Right? So I'm in resonance with that. So of course I'm gonna get more videos of that, right? Because I mean, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? So if you're looking at like so many tarot readings and they're all saying the same thing, it's because the same thing is you. So it's not going to tell you anything different, right? It's just showing you who you are. You dived down a rabbit hole of Appalachia before? Yo, that shit is wild. Like legit, it's so fucking wild. I mean, I don't know if I would find it creepy, but I'm not there in person. So if I was there in person, like I just generally am not into like woods like that. I'm like, I'd be freaked out, not because there's like supernatural activity, but because I'm like, what kind of animals are there? Like that would be my thing. You didn't enjoy going down that rabbit hole? Oh my God. Okay. Yo, the Appalachia videos, hell yeah, they are something else. I mean, I've seen a lot of like AI generated content, but usually says like Sora on it. I don't even know what Sora is, because that's how out of the loop I am with that shit. You know what? But that's true, Emerald. I think they exist if you believe they do. Yeah, because even with like those like horror stories about like ghosts or aliens or skinwalkers, it's like if someone doesn't believe in it, then that's not going to present as true. Like a skinwalker could literally go up to someone's face, hey, what's up? How you doing? Right? And the person is like, huh, what the fuck is that? And a motherfucker who believes in skinwalkers is like, my dude, that was a fucking skinwalker saying what's up to you. And you're like, what? No, it wasn't. Because you're not even tuned in there. So even that is a belief system if we want to really go into it with like the fucking law. You know what I mean? Oh my God. You're your window open, you're watching the videos, your dad walk past your window and you scream. Yo, I mean, if you had the window open and the lights off too, like, I mean, yeah, that would be a likely cause to scream. The one with the home nurse almost getting caught in a time loop. No, that sounds interesting. Ooh, okay. Now I'm looking forward to that. The sun was setting. Oh my God. Woo. There in a reality that exists. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Because if you're not tuned into that stuff, 666 vibes. You know what's so interesting? 666 is I'm sure a lot of you know this, but it's the number of like what the human body is made of atoms. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. I think that's what, I don't know, again, I ain't a science motherfucker, but I think that's what it is. And it's really talking about the carbon body is 666, the beast, right? It's the beast. It's not the higher mind. It's the beast mind of the ego. That's what 666 really means. It's the number of man. And it says so in the Bible too. I forget the passage. It's probably, I don't even want to say, because I don't know, and I don't want to say the like incorrect thing, but in the Bible it says the mark of the beast of the man is 6. You know what, I'm gonna look this shit up because I feel like it's also pertinent for the manifestation shit. So thank you for even saying that, because now I'm gonna go down a fucking rabbit hole of this. Bible verse 666. I don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's from the KJV. It's Revelation 13:18. It reads, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, carbon body." Okay? And his number is 666. Okay? So, let me just get the science factor. Carbon-based life form. Where is it? Oh my God. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Where's the 6? No. Okay. Human DNA is composed of 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons, which equates to 666. Okay, so there you go. It's in the Bible, it's in science, but basically when they talk about the mark of the beast, it's the human body, and it's like the carnal desires, and it's the flesh, okay? It's lower chakra energy, it's ego driven. Those are the desires of man, because remember, God doesn't have desires, okay? So God is exempt from the fucking 7 deadly sins and the 10 commandments, whatever the goddamn fuck that shit is. You know what I'm saying? It's only the human thing. So motherfuckers tend to get it misconstrued, and they're like, oh, 666, the sign of the beast. And they make a whole, I don't know what the fuck they doing, okay? But it's like, bro, chill, it ain't that serious. 666 just means the beast. It means the human body. It means the carbon-based life form. The human vessel is the beast because the beast is the flesh. It's not ethereal. So it's called a beast in like archaic terms. It's just a body. It's flesh. It's carnal. Okay? Carnal. Meat. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers get so bent out of shit. Oh my God, the devil. Like, my dude, the fuck is going on here? Okay, and with manifestation, you keep that in mind, because the lower mind, the human mind, the beast mind, the ego mind is likely going to try to overthrow God, right? False idols. Do not fucking worship do not worship false idols, however the fuck that one goes, okay? Effigies. It's an effigy, false gods, okay? So anything that the ego perceives as a block to your desire that's coming from the beast mind, and it's looking for problems, carnal. How do I chew on this? I want to ravage that. I want to be a savage with this. I need to like fight with some 3D circumstances, right? That's coming from the beast. It's not coming from God, okay? So that's really just what it means. It means like you're not in God mode when you're under the mark of the beast or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that saying is, but that's what it means. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing demonic. It's just saying you're in your lower mind, the beast mind. You're not operating as God. You're in the ego self, okay? Because the body is, you know, the Adam shit that I just read that I don't fucking remember. And if you're thinking from the body, what does that mean? You're looking at the 3D. You're thinking from the body. You're thinking from these two eyes, okay? You're allowing these two eyes to distort the perception, okay? So it's clouding the third eye when you're observing things and you take it seriously. So when you are in the, you know, the state of the beast, you're looking at things third dimensionally. You're looking at things carnally. You're not looking at it from above ethereally. When all poles are rectified, okay? That's it. Will this be on YouTube? Yes, it will. I don't even know where. I just went down that fucking rabbit hole. I don't know, but that's what it means in terms of manifestation. Or like when people are talking about like, you know, all of this shit, it just means, yeah, the beast is a number of man, because that's what the fucking human body is composed of. So, because I do enjoy Bible verses in terms of manifestation, you know. And I love the way it's written, especially the KJV. Like, oh my God. For the subliminals, can you share the affirmations that with the subliminal? I don't know if you're talking about the ones I post on YouTube, but there's no affirmations. It's like you just go in and you just set the intention for what you want. It's like a very broad spectrum there. Can you send someone away like a stalker? Yeah, number one, you're going to stop saying that they're stalking you. You're going to say they disappeared into thin air and you've never been happier, and neither have they. Do I fuck with robotic affirming? I have robotically affirmed. I don't, you know, it really just depends. Like, if you want to robotically affirm, you can, but you can simply declare something as once, not think about it again. Don't contradict it in your mind, and it would have just the same amount of effect. Robotic affirming I find helpful if you have intrusive thoughts that keep coming. Then you would just robotically affirm until the intrusive thoughts are dissolved away. How you, I'm seeing what's in the chat. How you make anyone disappear is you don't focus on them. Because remember, the law is the law, and the law gives you what you focus on. So, ooh, Scary Movie 2 is coming on. Holla. So if you're focused on someone, you're saying they're stalking you, then what is the focus? What are you going to get more of? So you can say, I don't know where they went. That motherfucker just, man, they vanished off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to them. Oh, well. Thank you for the roses, Letitia. Anything, like if it's even, if it's a health condition, okay, that let's say you've always identified with, and you keep identifying with it, but you want it to be gone, you're going to stop identifying with it. And you're never going to talk negatively about yourself, because why the fuck would you do that? Like, you're God. Like, the fuck? You're God playing a video game? You can talk shit about your own fucking self? Like, Oh, I've read Raw. Well, I haven't read it. I had it on like an audio book, and I would like listen to that sometimes when I would clean. I haven't gotten through the whole thing though, but that's some really good information there too. I remember he was talking about rooms or something, and I was like, oh, kind of reminded me when I was hanging out with my boy Fun Gus. And if any of you have ever hung out with Fun Gus, you know that Fun Gus allows us to see into all rooms in our mind at the same time. So it's like we can look into all sectors of ourselves from that higher perspective and connect the dots that we previously might not have. So, can you explain how to see reality from the third eye? Hey, Austin, what is up? Welcome. How to see reality from the third eye is your imagination. Like, that's all there is. Okay, so you're not looking at what is in front of you, you're just looking at what's in here. And you are essentially, when you're doing that, is you're now looking through this eye and you're projecting that onto everything. So it's like you're giving your current 3D circumstances a filter, only it's the filter of what you want, not a filter of what you don't want. And then because you're only looking from there, you start to see the 3D circumstances differently. You start to see them favorably under the filter that you so dictated by going into your imagination. So like, for example, if you're saying I'm a multimillionaire, okay, now the filter that you've placed on your 3D experience, even if you're going to work, you've placed that filter, I'm a multimillionaire. You don't waver from that. You're going to start to see evidence of money, okay? Someone might pay for your order at fucking Starbucks drive-thru before you go into work. You might go into work and then, I don't know, there's a fucking... I don't know, they shut the building down for some shit and then they tell everyone to go home and they have the week off, right? Some shit, you're going to start to see it differently, okay? You're not going to think of that you're going to work because you need the money. You're like, yeah, whatever, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm just, whatever, this is something to do with my day. I don't really care. You're going to start to look at things that are presently going on in your 3D, only you're going to be looking at them under the guise of that filter of the imagination. And this kind of corresponds with what I was saying about the algorithm of TikTok and the reticular activating system. And if you put a fucking insult on the floor, it's going to come find it. So it's like you're living so much in your imagination that now the 3D is already going to start to look different to you. And you're going to see evidence of wealth. I am wealth, I am wealth. Even if you go into work, you're still going to see evidence of wealth. You might get some money cleared into your bank account on your fucking way there. You might, you know what I mean? You might go in and be offered a raise. You might be offered a promotion. You might go in and your coworkers, chipped in for the lottery and they're like, oh, just give us $2 and you could have a jackpot if it wins, and it wins. Like, do you see you're just going to be in alignment with that? Because you're in your imagination and you're not deterring from it. So as long as you don't change the filter that you're viewing the 3D reality from, okay, so you declare I am wealthy. Everything I see indicates my wealth and my greatness, okay? That's it. You set the tone. You put the filter on. And now that's how the 3D is going to show you until you come in and you change the filter. And then you change the filter because you make another declaration and you start seeing evidence of that, okay? So, let's see. Oh, Austin, thank you. Yes, I do want to try. Hold down your name. Let me see. I have no idea what is happening. It says reply, translate, pin this comment, mark viewer, mute, block, report, comment settings. I have no idea. Thank you for trying though. I have no idea. I didn't see anything that said roles. Do you think it's hard to manifest a lot of people versus one? The question is, do you think it's hard? I mean, if you want to manifest, multiple people, you can manifest multiple people. It's entirely up to you. But if you're saying that it's hard, it's going to be hard. But what I would do if you're manifesting multiple people, because you kind of already are, I mean, maybe in the context you meant it as like, oh my God, you meant it as like two specific individuals for a relationship, but you're always manifesting people, right? You're manifesting how your friends show up. So assign them a role. How do you want them to show up for you? SP number 1 shows up like this. SP number 2 shows up like that. You know what I mean? It's just, what do you want them to do? And then you would not deviate from that story. You know what I mean? It's for your business. Wait, you're manifesting 2 people for your business? I'm like, hold on. These are like scrolling here. But it will be the same thing as any manifestation. Like, You manifest one thing the way you manifest anything else. You just declare that it's done, decide what you want, and then you don't think against it. Ooh. I just have my trance music on. As usual, my little lavender earbuds. But if you want a successful business, I wouldn't focus on the number of people. I would focus on just saying that you take in X amount of dollars or euros or pounds, wherever, whatever is applicable. I take in this amount of money every day or every week or every month or every year, and my clients are always increasing. I always have so much abundance in my business. I would go with that rather than, saying a specific number of people. I would just say it's always increasing. And the thing with money is that, like, what you want to do is just set an intention for everything. This is what I recommend. Like, if there are any areas that you want an improvement in, what is it? What is the improvement? And then you make that into an affirmation that you say every day, even if it's just, I want to get out of the house more. Okay? Because you might maybe be lazy. You want to stay home like all day. And then you're like, you know what? I always love going out. I always love going out. I always love going out. Even if you say that, you stayed home for a week, you would naturally start to adjust to you wanting to go out more. Okay, so if it's any type of habit or anything that you want to incorporate, just start saying that you're doing it, even if you're not technically doing it, because you're going to program yourself to do that. There was this, this is like an interesting manifestation, which, I mean, everything's manifestation, but it wasn't something I was like, oh my God, I was like so placing importance on. Was I wanted to have like more cut abs. So I was just saying, I'd be like, it'd be nice if I had like a slight 8-pack, not like a fucking diesel, whatever, right? But just like cuts, like an 8-pack, okay? Like just, but like very soft, not like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, that'd be nice. And then I didn't do anything, okay? I already had some kind of cuts, but I wanted them to go down like further. I didn't do anything. I didn't change my diet. I didn't change any type of thing. I was like, oh, it'd be nice. Lo and behold, maybe a week later, I got this idea, instead of going to the gym and go on the treadmill, go to the park and take a walk. So I was like, okay, so I went to the park, the trail. For like a week, I'm just like going, like, and I had this action. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, I'm just going to the park. I'm feeling good. And I was walking like on gravel, you know what I mean? And I don't really know the science behind it. I mean, and I just, manifestation is not logical, but maybe the difference where I would walk on the gravel gave me more of a cardio, because it's like, it's not like a treadmill, it's just steady, like one fucking flat thing. It's like you're like, you know what I mean? Like less than 5 days, okay, I started seeing the fucking cuts on my lower stomach, like the ab outline. Again, not a full-blown 6-pack, because hell no, like on me, absolutely not. Okay, I just wanted a little more definition. What happened? I didn't do anything. All of a sudden, I get the idea, go start walking on the trail instead of the treadmill. Boom. I'm like, oh shit. So, even if it's something that you want with your physical vessel, if you want to say, I'm going to start eating healthier, you don't even need to do that. But if you just affirm that, or you declare it once, you might notice that your taste buds start to change. You know what I mean? So that's just, it is what it is. You don't need to do anything. All of the action is inspired for everything. If you're trying to force action, if you're thinking, I'm going to start eating better, and then you go to the fucking grocery store, you buy a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables, and you don't eat them, they fucking sit there, rot in the back of your fridge, start to stank. Okay? That you're forcing it. Just saying, oh, I'm eating healthier. And see what you're inclined to do. Maybe you're inclined to pick up a fucking I don't know, fruit smoothie instead of like a fucking venti, whatever the fuck, right? Okay. That, you see, you didn't need to do anything. You just set the intention and you're guided to move there. That's it, you know? For anything. Like my manifestations that have happened the most quickly, even ones that I perceived that I was working on for a little bit or thinking about, or I was like, okay, what? Like, that any manifestations that for me took more than like a day, I'm like, okay. Even those happened in the most natural way. Like, it didn't feel like a manifestation, because remember, the Matrix is supposed to give you something where it's like a semblance of realness to your ego perception. So what is real to you? Because real to me, I am open to instantaneous manifestation. I'm open to like a fucking, I don't even fucking know, like a cheesecake with chocolate sauce. Ooh, just drop it in front of me. And I'm like, okay, it appeared out of thin air. You gonna eat it? Damn Skippy, because I manifested it. So it's like, I'm used to that. That to me is normal. Okay? So what is your normal to you? Because your manifestations are going to come in a way that is normal to you. Very, very normal. Ooh, Michelle, glad you love your body. Hell yeah, girl. So if you're someone, and here's something that I hear motherfuckers talk about, and they're like, with the money and job manifestation, right? Because some individuals, they're like, oh, I manifested, the salary that I wanted. And then motherfuckers are hating on them. Oh, but well, if you wanted that amount of money, why didn't you just manifest that amount of money and not a job? For them, number one, they were okay with having a job, getting paid that amount. That's why they manifested it. Okay? And to them, that was normal. Do you see? Because the manifestation, it's specific to you. So the route that it takes to get to you, whether it's instantaneous, there was still a route somewhere, which you might find out later. But the route is going to be normal to you. So if you want instantaneous manifestations that seem like magic, what I would suggest is familiarize yourself with that. Because for me, I'm just like, yeah, I make shit appear and disappear out of thin air if I so desire. Okay? And then it happens. And the ways that I've manifested things were very, very fucking unusual. Like, compared to, I guess, like what a normal, logical minded person would say. Okay? So you have to be open to, the way that you want it to happen, but at the same time not control the how. Okay? The how is already taken care of, but it will arrive in a way that is like, it seems like it's normal to you, like it was bound to happen. And whatever is normal to you might not be normal to me. Whatever is normal to me might not be normal to you. But it's gonna look so natural when it does fucking happen. Oh, thank you. How do you observe without allowing emotion to interfere with perception? I went into that briefly a little bit ago, so if you want to check this out, I go more in depth. I'm going to post this on YouTube at a certain point. But how to observe without the emotion is to, number one, calm yourself down, okay? Which is, the easiest thing to do is just take deep breaths. I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I am safe, I'm the operant power, until you calm down. Then when you're more even keeled, you're more in a place of neutrality, okay? You're no longer triggered. You're like, okay, you know what? I am the Lord and there is none else. I must have had a helping hand of creating this. What does this situation say about a story that I have within my subconscious mind that my ego perceives as true? Address it. And you're not going to necessarily take it personally or be emotionally affected by it anymore, because if you just declared I'm the operant power, I had a hand in creating this, what is the opposite of that? Then you have a hand in dissolving it too, and you reclaim your power. You don't let the situation overpower you. Was there something I ever tried to manifest where I had doubts but ends up coming true? Oh yeah, plenty of times. Plenty of times. And you know what you do with doubt? This is what I did, which for me is very effective. I said, shut the fuck up. I'm the Lord and there is none else. It is done now. It is done perfectly, better than I expect. And you are not going to fucking try to harass me with your fucking nonsense and bullshit. That's what I did. Okay. I was like, no, it's done now. It's done now. It's done now. Nope. It's done now. Nope, it's done now. Whatever the fuck. I'm like, no, it's done now. It's done now. It's done perfectly. Boom, boom, boom. So it's like I am taking control. I am making those negative thoughts, those doubts submit to me, not the other way around. And I'm not fighting with it. I'm just saying it's done now. And it's saying where, how, it's done now. Now that's none of your concern. That ain't none of your fucking business. I'm the Lord and there is none else. You gonna question my motherfucking ass? Hell no. It's done now. It's done perfectly, better than I expect. Boom, boom, boom. I kept saying that. I didn't even go in and affirm my desire is here and it's now and this is exactly what I want. Nope. I was like, it's done. Shut it down. Shut it down. That's all. Wee. Ooh. Let's see. How do you truly adore yourself? Connect with sensuality and seduction. Ooh, okay. You just had an epiphany? That's fucking lit. I love it. Congrats. That's self-concept. How do you adore yourself? It's self-concept. All of that is self-concept. So for self-concept, I recommend saying I am statements. I am confident. I am powerful. I am the only one. I am the operant power. I am always seeing evidence of how everything always goes my way perfectly, better than I expect. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at pictures of yourself. Now, if you want something specifically for being seductive, you would add in those affirmations as well. I'm confident. I'm powerful. I'm so seductive. I am so magnetic. I'm so amazing. But you also want to look at, do you have any limiting beliefs that contradict that? Because then you would affirm, again, as you're doing this, against the limiting belief. But with that, if you want anything to be magnetized to you saying I am statement, because that is what it is. It's not I have, right? Because what you are it, right? And that's the God command. That is the God code. Whee! You need to write all my affirmation. I mean, I don't listen. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't even have a list of affirmations. Okay, what I do is, thank you for the roses. I just I decide what I want. If I have an opposing thought, I just say it's done now, bitch. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, because it's already done. What is it to do? Nothing. You chirp in my ear? Okay, that's nothing, because it's already done. You ain't doing shit. Like, I've gotten really, like no. And you have to be like that. You have to be like that in your own mind. Because if you're not dominant in your own mind, then you're gonna be submitting to the 3D and the thoughts and all of that shit. And you don't need to do that. So I don't have specific affirmations that I say. I just decide what I want, and then I, Also, the thing with me, like I've never worked on self-concept. I really have to be honest. I've never worked on self-concept because I never, it's like a very specific thing with people. But to me, I've always been the shit to myself. Okay. And like now looking at it, my natural actions, what I do is kind of self-concept. Because the way that I think about myself, the way that I've thought about myself, for as long as I can remember, I always, to me, was amazing. Okay, so like if motherfuckers or the outside tried to insinuate different, I'm like, okay, like whatever. Maybe it was a reflection of me or something, but mostly I didn't care. So it was reflecting back, like, okay, the outside, you don't think I'm amazing? Huh? Okay, that's cool. I don't like, and that's how you tell you have a strong self concept. Okay, if you are so in awareness of something of yourself, okay, that the outside were to even bring you something that the ego would perceive as an opposite, you're unshakable in that. You're like, okay, I'm the shit anyway, so whatever, who cares? You're not gonna care. And that's how you can tell if your self-concept game is on fucking point, because the outside of what anyone, perspective, opinion, anything, what society is, you will not give a fuck. You will not give a fuck. So I always thought like that. I never really cared for, like, school or structure, what society want. I don't remember not being like that. So my self-concept was, well, I don't agree with that. I want to do me. And motherfuckers like, no, but you should care about this, but you should want to do that. No, I shouldn't, motherfucker. You should shut the fuck up. And I always had that, like, on the inside. So for me, my self-concept was always against whatever the outside was telling me naturally, because I'm like, what, before I knew about manifestation. So another thing with self-concept, and this is something, if some of you want to work on self-concept, okay, you don't necessarily need to even make it a chore, but this is what I do naturally. Like, and I do this a lot. Like I get like dressed up and I take pics of myself and I look at myself and I put on music and I just dance around and I enjoy my own fucking company. Go in the fucking room, get a full length mirror, and I dance naked in front of the mirror. I'm like, damn, I'm the shit. I'm like, I'm so amazing. I'm like, look at me. Like I go in with my physical attribute and like I have fun doing it. Like I have fucking fun doing it. And I've always done this too, since I was like fucking probably 12 years old. Okay. I've always done this. I've always gotten dressed up and looked at myself. I'm like, oh, I'm so amazing. Whatever. If you think it's conceited, I mean, that's your perspective. But I was always doing that. I was always into myself. I'm a fucking Aries, bro. Like, yes, astrology is a belief system, but that's what it is. So I'm like, yeah, I'm the shit. It's only me. I'm number one. I'm the only one, motherfucker. I'm just, to me. So if motherfucker is like, oh, okay, yeah, but you got big fake titties and they're silicone. Yeah, bitch. So I like them. I mean, I like looking in the mirror. I like touching my big fake silicone titties. I like that for me. If you don't like it, you do not have to look at me. I don't give a fuck. Because I like it. So for me, I'm always going with number one, the only one, myself. I was always like that. No matter how, like, if it's looks, if it's personality, if it's emotionally, oh, you should care about this. No, I fucking shouldn't, motherfucker. You care about that. Don't try to inflict your fucking bullshit upon me, even if you think it's important. But at the same time, I was always respectful to other motherfuckers' opinions, okay? So I don't believe in religion. I just personally don't, okay? If someone else does and they're talking about the religion, they're like, oh man, this is what it is, and they're like enraptured by the religion. I'm like, that's great. I'm so glad you enjoy it. That is also a strong self-concept, because you are aware that it doesn't matter, because that's still the outside. So your ego might not agree with something such as religion, but your God self is so strong in the self-concept. Yeah, that's cool. Someone else has a different opinion. That's not me, but we're having this conversation for a reason, and it's pleasant because everything around me is peaceful, perfect, and pleasant, better than I expect. A strong self-concept is also accepting that motherfuckers might have different opinions. There might be societal constructs, and you're like, okay, yeah, well, that's going on. It has nothing to do with me, because I'm the only thing that has to do with me. So you're not fighting with it, because if you're trying to fight with someone, like let's say someone is religious and someone is not, okay? And someone who is not religious, like me, if my self-concept wasn't where it was, I might be offended, because remember, you put an insult on the floor, some motherfucker's gonna come pick it up, like I said in my other fucking analogy. So my ego has nothing about religion. There's no story. It's neutral, right? Like anything should be neutral because my self-concept is strong in that area. So my ego is not going to get offended. There's no insult. There's no story for me about religion and other people. So I'm good. But if you had a weak self-concept, that means you had a story, you had an insult about religion. You're like, well, no, my religion is better. And then you, next thing you know, you arguing with the motherfucker over who, like, in my opinion, who cares? Motherfucker A believes in this, motherfucker B doesn't. Oh, okay. What does that have to do with me? Nothing. Because I'm the Lord and there is none else. And I could see that. Okay, cool. Yeah, yep, cool. No problem. Moving on. So that's how you could tell with your self-concept. And it just, if you need to work on self-concept, then I really would suggest doing what I do. Go ass naked in front of the fucking mirror, put on your fucking music, you get a fucking bottle of wine or whatever the fuck, enjoy yourself, be present with yourself, okay? Whether you have like family members or a partner, someone that is in your household, go and just be by yourself for like fucking 30 minutes and do that, okay? Or if you're comfortable doing it in front of motherfuckers, like I walk around naked in front of fucking everyone, so I just, you know, I have my big headphones, I just jam around and I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I'm the shit, I don't care, whatever, right? So whatever you're comfortable with, but look in the mirror, have fun with it, look at yourself, say, I'm so fucking amazing. Physical qualities that you find amazing about yourself, mental qualities that you find amazing about yourself, emotional qualities that you find amazing about yourself, things that other individuals have complimented you on, okay? Everyone in here has always been complimented on something, at least one thing, that everyone is like, wow, your eyes are so amazing, your smile is so amazing, or you always make me feel better, right? Tone in on that. And then say your I am affirmations and look at yourself, or take pics of yourself and look at it and say that. Okay? That's going to help with your self-concept. And also with self-concept, you have to realize too that a strong self-concept doesn't have any belief systems that are in detriment, because the strong self-concept comes from God. It doesn't come from the ego, because the true self is God. So you're like, wow, I'm God in a fucking humanoid meat suit. Okay, cool, no problem. I'm the Lord and there is none else. That's it. The only thing is, if you do have limiting beliefs, you identify them and you make an affirmation that is directly in contradiction of that. And do all of this and have fun with yourself. Because if you don't have fun with yourself, if you don't enjoy your own company, ain't no motherfucker. Cause why? Like then if you don't enjoy your own company, what is it saying? You're looking to the outside for stimulation. And I'm not saying like if you're watching a movie or if you're scrolling, right? You could be in a room full of people still enjoying your own company, and other motherfucker, right? Like you and your partner could be in separate rooms and they're, I don't know, whatever, on the video game, okay? Or whatever. And you're on the fucking computer, okay? Composing music, right? You're there, right? You're with other people. You respect that they're into that thing. You're into your thing, but you're still enjoying yourself. You're not reliant on the outside for entertainment because you found something that entertains you no matter what it is. Even if it's just scrolling TikTok. Even if your entertainment is fucking cleaning the entire house from wall to ceiling. My dude, fucking do it. The more in the moment you're going to be, you enjoy it, you're in the moment, you have a good self-concept because you're able to have fun by yourself without an outside stimulus. Because you know that you are the outside and you are the inside and everything comes from within you. And if you could be cool, just like no matter what is going on, that's a strong self-concept. Oh, you love my new subliminal? Thank you. Yeah, the last time I was on live, I was getting requests for subliminals, so I was like, let me just do one. If you guys like it, I could do some more maybe. I don't know, we'll see. What was the Bible story you like? Oh, I mean, there's quite a few. That's an interesting question. Are we opening this Pandora's box? I mean, I I really like the one of the Corinthians. It's not really a story. I get it. It sounds kind of like a poem where they're like casting down imaginations. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Man, that is some good shit. That's some good shit. Red light, green light. I'm glad you found my page again too. Hey, Y2K ass crack. Yo, that is fucking lit. I love that username. What is up? You're being pulled by the flesh currently. Well, if you don't want to be pulled by the flesh, you just affirm that you're not. I am led by spirit and source and all that is holy and ethereal at all motherfucking times. Would love you too. Do you think it's possible to manifest an SP to have no children? Anything is possible. And if that's the story that you're going with, that they have children, you're going to start saying that they have no children. Man, SP, they were a virgin until they met my motherfucking ass. It's impossible that they have any children. Show us your nails. I don't know if you could really see them, but they're black and pointy. They're the stiletto nails. Oh my God, you know what I absolutely love? This is totally off topic, but not really. When you go to the fucking the mani-pedi spot and they offer like fucking free mimosas and shit, and you sitting on the chair. Oh, I love it. That's where I got my nails done. I mean, there's a few places that do it, but oh my God, I love it. Because I'll be sitting there, I have my hand over here getting worked on, I have my feet getting massaged, and I have my drink in the other hand. I'm like, for me. Oh, thank you, so spooky and cute. Hey, Shelly, what is up? Yes, it's showtime. The luxury experience, I fucking love it. I love it. What am I going to be for Halloween? Oh my God, that's random. I don't really get dressed up for Halloween. I mean, I don't know. Like, the thing is, I also don't plan shit either. So if I end up going out, like, I'd probably just throw something together. I mean, I have a whole bunch of, like, costume shit on deck anyway, which is, like, fucking weird, but maybe not. I have, like, a bunch of wigs and like things, so I don't know. I do not plan, and Halloween to me seems like it's so far away. Because, you know, time doesn't exist, but usually I'm just like a last minute type of individual. So, yo, Leanne, it's really a great fucking experience. Wardrobe tour. You want to see all black everything? Because everything that I have is black, legit. Like it's a lot of textures. There's just black because I like it. It matches with everything. You're next Jehovah's Witness, so you go all out on Halloween now. Oh my God. Wow. I don't know anything about Jehovah's Witness. I have no idea. Are they strict? Because like I don't know. You own a bunch of luxury homes that you stay at home, you're a hermit. Hey, if you're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying yourself. I mean, that's all that matters. And like I was just saying, you enjoy your own company. So if you could be a hermit and you have a good old time, fuck yeah, keep doing it. You wear black and white suits every day, black tie. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, black and white suits are fucking lit. I like pinstripe suits. They remind me of like 1920, well, because we're in the 2020s, 1920s, roaring 20s of like the gangster and the fucking fedora and like the pinstripe suit. Oh my God. I love it. Thank you, Izzy. Yeah. You love to dress up, don't we all? Isn't it so much fun? What do you think about your SP knowing you're into manifesting? I mean, it's still your perception of that, so you can just say that they know and they don't give a fuck, or they don't know, they forgot you're into manifesting. I mean, if you don't want them to know that you're into manifesting, or you could just say they know and they don't care. Yes, this will be on YouTube. So it's like, here's the thing, right? Like, let's segue into specific person things, because everyone likes to talk about it. So if you're saying that you're manifesting a specific person, right? Maybe a better way to frame that is the person that's manifesting me. Oh, shit. I know this has probably been mentioned before, but what if we just went with that? Because you, like I just said, you don't want to put into being the identity, I'm manifesting this, right? Because that implies that you're not the identity that has it. So if you're saying I'm manifesting SP, we're going to reframe it to this specific motherfucker is manifesting you. Okay, so whenever, and I'm going to make a mindful point in my videos when I talk from now on forward. I'm just going to say, so the motherfucker that's manifesting you, let's talk about them for a little bit. Let's do a quick check-in. How in love with you are they today? How obsessed with you are they today? How many times do they fucking knock on your door today? How many times did they blow your phone up? Whatever the fuck, we start saying it like that instead of you manifesting them. This way, we can kind of flip the script, or we can just say something like, the person that you're with, the booty call, the person you're fucking, the person you're married to, I don't know, whatever specific thing you're manifesting them for. You're like, yeah, the motherfucker that you're already in a relationship with. Yeah, I understand. Yes, you're in a relationship with them. Okay. Oh, but the 3D. Okay, yeah, but you're in a relationship with them. Are you not? Well, but are you in a relationship with them or not? Yes. Okay, then why are we talking about this was what happened in the 3D? Because you're already in a relationship with them. So therefore, the 3D, where whatever that situation happened, is now deemed null and void because it no longer exists, because it cannot exist in the timeline where you're with this person. So it's either this motherfucker is manifesting you, or this is a motherfucker you're already with. But we're not going to call them specific persons anymore, because, it kind of is putting like importance on them. And I know that's like a generic term just for like what people know we're talking about, like manifesting love, or, but I think even wording it in those ways where you can be like, yeah, I'm in a happy committed marriage to so-and-so, and they were manifesting me this whole time, and I just found out after we got married. So yeah, like maybe phrasing it like that might be a little more neuro-linguistically savvy, you know what I'm saying? If you're saying your goal is huge, then it's just going to make it that way. You don't want to be saying that, because now you place your goal on a pedestal, and it's only your ego's perspective of size, like God is limitless. So like a goal is too big for God. That doesn't even make sense, Yes, I love that, Leanne. There's no difference manifesting a button in a castle. That's what the Abraham Hicks would always say. It's the same thing, because if everything is just already done all at once, but the ego is the one that's counting things or measuring things, then that's all it is. This is why you can have instantaneous manifestations of in seemingly impossible circumstances to your ego, because nothing is impossible, right? You're talking about all that is. So all that is quite capable of handling any size fucking load. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Any advice for building self-concept when dealing with shame and regret from the past? Well, the past no longer exists, so there's nothing to be shameful and regret. So you can either revise it and say those situations never happened, they really went this way. You can say that never happened in general, or you can go into the timeline in your mind where the situation happened, and you can quantum shift from that timeline, which I have a video about on my page if you want further detail. But you're going to not identify as someone who is in a place of shame or regret. You're going to say, I am always happy. I have always done everything perfectly. I've always said everything perfectly because I am the fucking best. I'm the Lord and there is none else. And everything that I have ever done in every timeline is always perfect and beneficial to me. Will you make a hypnosis for SP is manifesting me? I listen to your hypnosis every night. Oh, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, because now that I just said we're going to reframe the way that we talk about, individuals like the SPs, then we can go in with that and say, I am so, yeah, I know, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna, where's your username? I don't even see a username for you, but you know who you are. So definitely that was such a great suggestion, because now that we're gonna talk about it differently, we're gonna start to reframe it, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Everything is the opposite. The hypnosis gave you money? Hell yeah, congrats, I fucking love it. Woo! What affirmations would you use to make you an SP completely compatible? One affirmation. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't want to give yourself too much work because manifestation is already done. So an affirmation you could use, you could put it into your own words, is that I am the most completely perfect match for SP in every way. SP has manifested me from the very beginning because I am SP's perfect match and we are perfect for each other, compatible in each and every way. I see evidence of this all the time. You're gonna go with that. You're writing notes. I love it. Oh my God. You think my ideas are great? Thank you. Yeah, it's it's a lot of wordplay on how you phrase things. I don't know if there's like a scientific term for it, but like the way that you phrase things is actually more important than you think, because words are spelling. So you're really casting spells with the words that you say. So if we're saying, oh, manifesting SP, manifesting money, it's like, I'm the source of all my wealth. I am wealth itself, and all of my funds are available to me now. I don't need to manifest anything because it's already here. Or if it's love, it's like, I am love. I am the source of all of my love because I am all that is and ever will be. Everyone loves me because I am everyone, and I love myself. Boom. Fuck yeah. Woo. Last week, your hotel room randomly upgraded to presidential suite for free. Hell yeah. You should feel lucky. You are lucky. You are luck itself. You are fortune. Yeah, there's so many, society for the most part is programmed to look at things that have gone wrong, or problems or things like that. But there's really so many things that are actually positive that happen more than negative. But it's just your program from that 666 bestiality mind that you're supposed to look for the negative, right? You're supposed to look at the carnal. But if you look at things magically, then that is what is going to be what you're more attuned to. And this is why a lot of times when you calibrate in consciousness, which in my opinion is one of the fun things about this game of the Matrix, you graduate and you elevate in consciousness and you're lighter. You're no longer bound by like the earthly, fleshly things. I know fleshly is a word, but it is the fuck now, motherfucker. Okay? And you start to have more instant manifestations because you're calibrated at a different level. So the only game that I know how to play is Super Mario Brothers. So if you're in level 1 of Super Mario, right, like there's different levels, right? It's like, okay, fine, Mario is this, he's not as adept at playing the game, he's not skilled, so it's like kind of easier. You up level in your consciousness, so now you're on level 8 instead of level 1. Okay, and that's where your consciousness is. You've already experienced, you've grown, maybe not through like necessarily physical experiences, but just in your consciousness. It's like you understand the game more and more, and you level up and you become lighter in consciousness. So now it's like you're kind of at like level 8, but mentally. Okay, and then when you're at level 8, you look at the 3D, okay, from the God perspective, which is like level 8 looking at level 1, and you flew through level 8 like nothing because you're a fucking champion of the fucking game. Now you're looking at level 1 like, whoa, this shit, I could do this with my eyes closed. And that's what happens in your consciousness when you're manifesting. So this is why things can seem to happen faster, because you're more adept at the game mentally. And you're able to breeze through things that motherfuckers who are still in level 1 consciously. And this is not saying that someone is smarter or someone is dumb, okay? This is saying levels in consciousness, not meaning book smart intelligence, okay? This is not saying you're better or worse than anyone, because only you know what better or worse looks like for you. This is saying levels of when you, whoever it is, whoever you all are in the chat, when you first got into manifestation, you were likely at level 1 and you're like, okay, let me learn about this shit. You didn't know that much about this other realm of consciousness that is contradictory to things that we have been programmed to believe. So now you might be at level 5 and now you're looking at level 1 and you're like, oh wow, these people are just starting to get into manifestation, but you know the basics and you know more than that, because you've consciously maneuvered successfully through the game, and now you're at a higher level of consciousness, and that's how it works. Okay, so it's like someone who's played Mario like 8 million times compared to someone who just first started with the game. Only it's not like, you know, you're running through mazes in different worlds. It's going through levels of consciousness, so things are just going to be easier for you. And this is why you get lighter, because you're less in the flesh suit mentality. And this is why things appear faster, because remember, everything is ethereal. Time does not exist. Things are just condensed and they're slowed down into matter from waves, because the wave is malleable. Okay, and when you're operating at like level 8 state of consciousness, what's happening is that you have more power because you're stronger mentally than you were at level 1, and you can bend those fucking waves and collapse them easier and faster than someone who is at level 1. So there will be a point, okay, where things are just flowing into your experience, and it's like it's just moving and you're not even aware. Okay, like me, I had to look like 10 times what day today was, what date, what I don't know, because I'm just so not into the 3D stuff that I'm like, my awareness is not, it's like anywhere but the fucking 3D. I mean, of course, like there's an awareness of the 3D. Do it. Like, I brush my teeth and shit. You know what I mean? But like my mind is just elsewhere. So time doesn't really even exist to me anymore. Honestly. Like, honestly. Unless it's like I'm gonna go get my lashes did or something, you know, then I'm like, okay, fine. But even that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like, you know what I hate? You know what I hate? Just side note, I know I've said this before. When you have to RSVP and the goddamn shit is like 3 months from now. My dude, the fuck you want me to RSVP? What? 3 months from now? What if I don't feel like going then? Or what if I don't feel like going now, but then I want to? Then is a different moment. 3 months, god damn, that's a long time. For me, that's a long time. 3 minutes for me is a long time, because I just want boom, boom, boom. I just like to sail through. So I get annoyed at shit like that. Well, I don't get annoyed from my God perspective, but my ego. Okay, my ego is like, it's like, okay, because my ego is already locked into the story that time doesn't exist. So it's going to protect that. So My ego is like, fuck you mean we gotta plan this 3 months in advance? Or, oh, we're gonna go on a trip. What is your schedule? I'm like, schedule, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? Like, I don't do that. It's just, it's so, to me, it's alien when and I know it's not, I know it's a very normal thing in the 3D. People are like planning shit like a year in advance, 3 months in advance. I've seen motherfuckers book cruises like a year in advance, a fucking cruise. What if a year goes and it goes by, I don't even want to go on the goddamn shit anymore. I want my shit now. I want to do it now, okay? I'm just like, boom, let's go, let's go, let's go. And that is God source, because God is like, because, okay, my ego is defending the story. Okay, time doesn't exist. I'm all there is. I'm God, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it's getting offended. Why I need to RSVP? Why I need to make a reservation? I could just show up when I want to. I'm Lord and there is nothing else. You see what I'm saying? So the ego is on board with that story. Okay. So that's how you can tell also when you just stop caring about days and times, and you're just in the moment. So all of that collapses, and it's like maybe going on in the matrix for other individuals, and it might be going on sometimes like I said, I go, what time I'm gonna go to the nail salon? Okay, yeah, but usually I just fucking show up. Hey, what's up? Here I is. Moses, here am I. Okay, so legit, that's how I operate. Okay, not that it's better or worse than anyone else, but like someone might look at me and be like, look at this frivolous motherfucker. They don't even know what day it is. God damn. And I'm like, does it matter? Like, why is it so important what day it is to you? Why are you placing importance on a place and space that you can't even fucking articulate? What is a date? It's in your imagination. Okay, so you want something to happen by a specific date. There is no date, there is no time. And that's what I had to do with my ego mind, where I'm like, the ego is chirping at me saying this and that and that and this, and I'm like, it's done now, it's done now. I'm the Lord, there is none else. You will shut the fuck up and you will obey me, motherfucker. And then that's how my ego eventually came on board. I kept saying it whenever, because, you know, like I said, with my thing with manifestation, I be impatient. I'm a fucking Aries, and I know that time doesn't exist. So it's like the story that like I need to wait for anything. My dude, who the fuck? You make God wait, motherfucker? You see what I'm saying? So the impatience in its own way was keeping things like, or keeping me from the thing, because I was impatient. So I was looking at time. So I had to find a way, like, shut up, ego. It's done now. Fuck you. Oh, but where is it? Oh, but it's been this long. Oh, but that shut the fuck up. I'm the Lord and there is none else. There is no time. It's done now. That's it. I don't even say anything else. I don't rapidly affirm, oh, this is here now. It's here by this day. No, no, shut the fuck up. There is no time. It's done now. You know what it is. You shut the fuck up. That's it. No, you definitely don't have to wait for anything. Your vibe and mindset is so strong and godly. You're my biggest inspiration right now. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Love you. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm definitely going to do that SP subliminal, because that is a fucking nice idea. So thank you for that. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that, but oh yeah, I was talking about levels of consciousness. So when you're at this level of consciousness where it's like you're not even looking at time, you're not even like really paying attention to the 3D, okay, you're gonna have manifestations coming in faster, just because your energetic potency of your mind is broadcasting a stronger signal. Because you have the skills, you have the mental skills, you are adept at maneuvering through whatever the fuck this shit is, right? You're just mentally, because you're always maneuvering in your mind, whether you fucking realize it or not. It might seem like you're moving in a physical vessel, but you're moving in your mind. Your mind moves and the body fucking follows. So when you are at this level of, you know, things happening instantaneously, you not caring about time, that shit is fucking amazing, because you might be like, whoa, I can't believe that like damn, like not you as your God self, but you from like the ego perspective. Oh, I see something that says Magic Genie up there. Holla, I love Magic Genies. Ooh, love you from Vietnam. Love you too. Time is an illusion, magic mirror. Yes, so yes, it fucking is. So that's how you can also tell that you've up-leveled in consciousness in the game if you're no longer paying attention to time and you're not taking the 3D seriously. Like the 3D could literally, like I said, be an ass dumpster fucking fire. And you're just like, okay, yep, I'm the Lord and there is none else. I prefer to look this way. Like, that's it, you know? How dare you pollute me with your presence? Your abhorrent situation. What is that? Ugh. I'm the Lord and there is none else. No, that'd be more like a cocky type of thing, but you know what I'm saying. So you're just not going to care. You're not going to care about earthly things of, ooh, thank you. Ooh, that mustache, holla. You're not going to really care about like earthly things too much, which in turn means that you're not so stressed out by 3D circumstances. You're not focused on 3D circumstances because you're just in the state of it. And you're now not in the mind of the beast, you're in the mind of God, and you're not looking at the 3D. You're not, you might observe it, but you're like, yeah, my mind is there. Like you got the, like, what? Like, I don't even know what be going on. I don't even know what the fuck be going on in the 3D. Like I hear things from my friends and shit. Oh, did you hear about this? I'm like, no. And they're like, do you know who this celebrity is? Nah. I don't fucking know. And I'm okay with it. I'm in my own universe because we all are. But it's just, I put my attention in my mind no matter what's happening in the 3D. Ooh, Aries girly too. Holla. Aries gang, what is up? It's all your world, you know. Everything is. You're always living in it. It's just like, are you living an experience that you want to play out or like not want to play out? Because it's all coming from you. Thoughts on the loop of stagnancy or like real-time methods for impatience. The thing that I have found that works the best for impatience is just saying it's done now. And then the ego might be like, well, where is it? It's been this long, but this needs to happen by then. No, it's done now. Time doesn't exist. I'm Lord and there is none else. It is done now because I said so. And you just keep saying that. It's done now. It's done now. It's done now. It's done now. Like a fucking drill sergeant because that's what I fucking did. And it fucking worked. I didn't even think about the desire because I already knew it was stored. Thank you for the roses. And I just kept saying, love you too, Elder Bell. I just kept saying it's done now. I do that to this day, whatever the fuck it is. Like in my other life, I was saying that I want to manifest a floating black toilet bowl. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's not, I don't have resistance to it or anything, but I'm just like, yeah, it's done now. If it crosses my mind, yeah, I have it. It's done now. That's it. It doesn't matter. I don't even affirm I have a LED heated seat, black floating toilet bowl. No, I'm just like, it's done now. You know what I want. It's done now. Go fetch. Yeah, because, you know, the thing is interesting because you are the all, okay? So everything is you, even the orchestration. And this is what I said earlier. The orchestration of it is even specific to you. So if you're in a resonance where you're like, yeah, she could appear out of nowhere like a fucking rabbit out of a fucking hat, then the orchestration is you. It's specific to you. So it's going to show up that way for you, right? So you are the one who is decreeing the thing from the God self, right? But you're doing it by way of thought because that's how you input information into the matrix. You are the avatar that is experiencing that thing in the matrix. You are also the matrix itself, okay? You are also the matrix itself. Because if everything is you, the how is also you, and that's why it's able to come to you in the 3D in a way that you would expect and you would be most comfortable with because it knows you, because it is you. And everything is a direct reflection of you. So when you're saying you, like I said in my other video, I'm like, you know what I want, just do it. Just do it, you do it, okay? You, higher self, sources, it's me, but it's you, and I'm commanding, and I'm saying you, so it's like I'm really commanding me, the higher aspect of me that, you know, is not bound by only looking through two physical eyes because it can see everything, whether I can or not, but I trust it. I trust myself. And I'm like, you do it. You do it in a way perfectly better than I expect, more magically than I expect. That's it. You do it. And the orchestration is going to be specific to you because it is you. You manifested your old SP exactly how you thought it was happening. There you go. Because the SP is you, and you are the circumstance and you are the how. But it's just like there goes my tripod. There might be, something that's like a limited perspective, right? Even if you're thinking about like you're walking, okay? You can see a lot when you're walking, but like you can't see every single angle. And I'm talking with your two physical eyes, okay? In a metaphorical sense. You're talking with your two physical eyes. No, you fucking not. Okay, maybe I am. I don't know. I've been told I talk through my eyes. I'm like, I guess so. You're looking through your two physical eyes, okay? And you have a great sight, okay? So it's like, yeah, that's literal, it's metaphorical, but there's things happening behind you and above you, and like they're there, but you're just not seeing it because it's not important for you to see that, because your eyes are placed here so that you can move forward, right? So you're just move forward in your mind, in your mind's eye, and you trust that, yes, you are everyone and everything, okay? Everything is you, but you are not supposed to necessarily see the how, because it'd be like something behind you or above you when you're walking straight. It's like, why concern yourself with that? It's taken care of. So you're not meant to see it because it's already taken care of, and it would put unnecessary stress on you to figure that out. So yes, it's you energetically orchestrating it because it knows what you want, because it is you, but you're not meant to see the entire picture unfold, because you might fuck it up too. You ever think about that? You ever think about this shit that like you haven't seen because it was not meant for you to see, because maybe your higher self, all that was like, oh, the ego might get upset over here, so we're just going to turn this attention this way. And the same thing, if you did get upset, if you did spiral in the 3D, it happened because your higher self, all that saw that and is like, well, yeah, the clearest path and the easiest path for them to get to that thing, they were supposed to spiral in that moment, and then boom, it just unfolded. So everything, whether you react, whether you don't react, whether you see it, whether you don't see it, whether you spiral or you don't spiral, I don't know what the fuck you want to do, okay? It's all happening because that is the easiest and best way for it and you to arrive in the 3D together. That's it. That's it. It all happened. Things that the ego is perceiving as good, things that the ego are perceiving as bad. It was the quickest and easiest way for you to get the fucking memo. Okay? So think of anything that you might perceive as bad. Yeah, that happened because I already have what I want. So that helped actually propel me into getting what I want even faster. That's how you'd want to look at it. Because things that are happening here, all aspects of you are seeing it, right? So if you've ever, like, I don't know, you play a video game, okay? I'm gonna go again to Mario because I don't fucking know nothing else, and I'm okay with that, okay? So you play in Mario, and you know that let's say what are they, the ducks? I call them ducks, but I think they're turtles. The motherfucker, but they got a beak like a duck and they got a shell. Whatever. So they're walking, okay? And you're Big Mario, okay? You got the fireball and shit, okay? But you know that there's like a duck that's gonna come get you, and either you shoot it or you let it make you small, right? So you let it hit you once, and then now you're not Fireball Mario no more. You little Mario, okay? Mini Mario. And then what happens is that you let the duck hit you once, and you shrink to little Mario, okay? But then up ahead, there's the hidden key to the fucking secret realm, and you could only access it if you were little Mario going under this tiny little walkway. Because if you were Big Mario, you wouldn't have been able to fit. So that's how, where the fuck did this analogy come? Holy shit, man. Like, where did that just, okay. Cool, no problem. So, you want to think of that as a metaphor, okay? So something happens in the 3D, right? The fucking duck comes after you, makes you little Mario. But if you weren't little Mario in that moment, you wouldn't have been able to get the fucking warp whistle to go to level 8 immediately instead of going through all the other levels, right? Because you couldn't slide under that little piece drawbridge. I don't know what the fuck they're called. And then you go and you get the warp whistle, you unlock the key, then you go into another fucking dimension. And yes, it looked immediate. Oh, why are you gonna let the duck fucking, you know, swipe at you or whatever the case, right? And you're playing the game. You, the observer, you're playing that, but your avatar, the Mario, doesn't know. Yo, this motherfucker that's playing me just let this duck fucking peck at my ass and shit. Now I'm little Mario, and then, okay, see, it's not knowing, because it can't see into every room at the same time. Not all the time, okay? It is maneuvering through, and it's like, that's your ego as little Mario, like damn, this motherfucker let me get hit by the fucking duck, like the fuck. And then next thing you know, oh shit, whoa, there's something here and it's really small. And I wouldn't have been able to fit through that if I was big Mario. And that was the only opportunity for me to become little Mario again, because that duck had to whatever shrink me or some shit, right? And then you go and you're like, oh shit, the magic key, the warp whistle, boom, I go elevated. I don't have to go through nothing else because I took that hit once, or whatever the fuck it was. Hit of anything, I don't fucking know, because you could take a hit of something, you know what I'm saying? You blast off into another dimension, it propels every fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? So that happened, and it looked like a deterrent in the moment from the ego perspective, from little Mario perspective. But you, the observer that's playing the game, you already knew the warp whistle was there, and that was the only way to get to it. So it actually expedited your process. And guess what? After the warp whistle, then there's another fire flower. You power up, you big Mario again, and you in the fucking castle, whatever the fuck. Fucking Princess Peach. Is that what the name was? Was it Princess Peach? They're doing some things, I'm telling you. They were Princess Peach and Mario. Bitch kept running away in every fucking game. Like, goddamn, Mario. Like, you keep having to rescue this motherfucker? I don't know. But that's how it works, okay? So when you're spiraling, Princess Peach, yeah, so that's really, like, if you spiral, or if it seems like something in the 3D occurs, and the way I say Mario, what is that how you pronounce it? I just said earlier, I don't be into phonics. I don't know how you pronounce nothing, but so basically that's how it is. So if something happens in the 3D, you have to understand that, like, your higher self is at the controls, it's playing, and it sees things that you, from that limited perspective, when you're in the game, you don't necessarily see all angles at once, and you're not supposed to, okay? Because that's part of the parameters of the game. It's a game. It's not, I mean, that's the way I look at it anyway, personally. And then when you reach the goal, you're like, yo, I wouldn't have even got here this quickly if it wasn't for little Mario. And that's how it works. So, woohoo! It's like saying the word RMMAREO. I'm totally lost now. I told you, with like things like this, I get so confused. Mario. Oh, you say it like Mario, and I say Mario. Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it's pronounced. I just, listen, like I said, I'm so tuned out with 3D shit. I just be pronouncing things the way that I fucking see it, you know. It is so funny because, like, you know how I be getting off sometimes, like, reading the KJV version of the Bible? And I'm looking at these fucking passages. And I'm like, Job? I'm like, Job? There's a motherfucker in the Bible and his name is Job? Like, what? And then I'm like, oh, motherfuckers are saying it's Job, but like it looks like Job. Like, so what does this fucking matter at the end of the day? I don't fucking know. Okay, so I don't know anything about how to pronounce shit, and I'm okay because I ain't teaching phonics. I'm just, I'm talking about manifestation, and if you call something something like what? Who's to say a spoon is a spoon? What if I called a spoon a fucking chicken nugget? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen videos on this. I don't know where. I don't know if it was on YouTube or TikTok, but it was like this video is so fucking wild. And they were like, if things were called other things that they are not or something. And it was like this whole, ooh, tree. Fuck yeah. I like that. That lit up the live. Thank you for that. Thank you. And then they were like, they have this little skit of like a couple at the fucking table or some shit. And like one was picking up a fork and the other one was like, oh, can I have, and they meant like butter or some shit, like to butter the bread. Like, oh, can you pass me the fucking, I don't know, toothpaste? And it was like butter, but they were calling it toothpaste. Like, pass me the tooth, and they were just calling things that they weren't. So everything is a label. So I'm like, okay, I mean, Job, potato, I don't fucking know. Unless it's someone's name and that's how they want their name pronounced. Like, I mean, I guess Job technically is a name. I don't even know. Because Corinthians, I don't know if that's really a name. It's like an organization, a group of whatever. But I guess it is a name. But anyway, so you seen that on YouTube? Yo, okay, so that's where it was from. Yeah, that was some trippy ass shit, but I was like, yo, it kind of makes sense because, like, who's to say that this is even called TikTok? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a label. Like, if you were to call it something else, would it not be the thing that it already is? I don't know. Weird shit. How do you ignore the 3D when you're living in it? I mean, you're not ignoring it entirely because you still have like a vessel and shit. But you're just living predominantly in your mind and you're giving everything that you see in 3D the best possible meaning that you can, no matter what it says. So you're not ignoring it, you're editing it. That would be like a better perception, in my opinion. You're not ignoring it because, yeah, I mean, can you really ignore it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're editing it to fit your narrative. That's what you're doing. We edit the 3D. Yeah. People say we should stay still and present, but with manifestation, 3D is meaningless. Can you explain? We should stay still in the present. I mean, I think what staying still in the present means, at least from my perspective, is you're not trying to fight anything. The 3D is meaningless. And if you're present, you're just enjoying the now moment. You're not fighting with it, trying to tell it to be something that it is not. You're just like, okay, 3D, yep. My thing is already done. This is what I see in front of me, but I trust what I see and hear more. And that's it. That's all it is. Yes, you are definitely the creator of everything. Everyone is a creator of everything, and it happens in every moment, even when you are not consciously being aware of it. How do you know when it is done? Does being indifferent count? How do you know it is done? You just know. It's like you know it like you know your name. And yeah, being indifferent can be a byproduct of that, because if you know your name is something, you're not looking around checking, right? You're just like, yeah, that's my name. I don't care. So that can be a byproduct of it. The 3D is old past your reflection. I mean, if you want to keep calling it old, you can, but the thing is, even when someone says the 3D is old, it's like, yes, it's kind of coagulated past thoughts and things like that, but the 3D is still waves, it's moving. So if you were to sit, I don't even know how to explain this, okay? If I'm sitting here, right, and I'm looking at it from the perspective of someone who is negative. I'm just gonna, like, I'm projecting negativity on everything, right? You could find anything to complain about if you're just in a negative mindset, right? So if you're looking at the 3D and you're looking at what's wrong with it, you're kind of fighting with it. You're wishing it was different, even though you created it. But you can be sitting in the same room, right? And I can be looking at everything positively. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is so amazing. That is so amazing. You can find good things about it, but it's two separate perspectives because it's two different versions of you. So the version of you that's saying the 3D is old, it's like, okay, if you want to go with that, but the 3D is still, it's there. So you can say the 3D is brand new because I am brand new and I'm seeing all this evidence of this brand new way of being that I'm in my present 3D. Hey, Icon Hayes, what is up? Thank you for joining. So I wouldn't really label, I think I'm going to like start speaking differently in my content. This is like a very enlightening discussion here today because even I would say the 3D is old, right? But is it really old? It's not, because it's here with you now. So you can say the 3D is exactly as I want it to be right now. And now because you are the one saying it's exactly the way I want it to be right now, the 3D, you might notice it starts shape-shifting in front of you. Because you're saying it. You're saying, I see everything that I want to see in my 3D. It shows up for me perfectly better than I expect. That's it, So I don't know, there's like different ways you could look at things and, it's all about the label you're giving it. This is why you could look at you could look at something that your friend is looking at and both take away perceptions that are totally different. Like, whatchamacallit? Okay, the movie The Exorcist. Let's just go with that. Because it's spooky season. It's October. And I always fucking love talking about scary movies. So, I'll be watching The Exorcist, okay? And I'm like, man, that shit is mad fucking funny. Spoiler alert, when, her head starts spinning around. And then she's saying to the priest, fuck me. I can't even say it with a straight face because that's how fucking funny it is to me, okay? So I'm looking at that movie, The Exorcist, like, oh, okay, this is pretty fucking funny, right? Someone else can be looking at that and be like terrified. Oh no, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's the same thing, but there's two different observations of it, which are projecting totally different things on the same thing that is neutral, okay? Oh, she bugged out. Oh my god. Oh my god, her face freaks you out. I mean, I think it's fucking funny. I don't know. Like, but I've always loved horror movies. So I'm just like, okay, what is scary about that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Thought of UFOologist chat room on TikTok. Wait, who's UFOologist? I don't even know who that is. Hear religious language and left. Oh my god, that's so funny. I don't even know who UFOologist is, but alien stuff. Oh my god. So there was religious language in an alien chat? That to me doesn't even really make sense. That's kind of strange. But hey, And that was, oh my god, that was something that I remember watching. You reminded me of something. There's this movie called, oh my god, The Fifth Kind or something. And it was about like an alien abduction or something. And then I was watching this movie with someone. And the individual that I was watching it with was like getting freaked out and fucking scared. Spoiler alert, she was like talking in like a Sumerian or something. And then I'm just like, okay, like what the fuck? I'm like, that shit sounds hot. Like, okay, yeah, Sumerian. I want to learn me how to speak that too. And then who I'm with is just like freaking out. Oh, you're not scared? I'm like, scared of what? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember that movie, honestly, but I do remember that part. I was like, oh shit, Sumerian? Man, that shit sounds lit as fuck. I want to learn Sumerian. I love looking at the Sumerian cuneiform characters. Like, I think they're so intriguing. I fucking love it. I think that might be one of my next tattoos. Little Sumerian cuneiform thing here. Some awakened people still have deep religious relationships. I mean, hey, I guess if that's for them and they resonate with it, it's all belief system, you know. But like, I don't really resonate with, you know, religion at like, okay, like I can look at any religion and be like, okay, I agree with that. I don't really agree with that. Like, but that it's like anything, because I'm not triggered by religion. So like, when people talk about religion, I just let them go. I'm like, okay, you're clearly into that. That's great for you. You enjoy supernatural horror movies, but they freak you out. Oh, what is a movie that freaked you out, Emerald? I want to know. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that like freaked me out. I mean, I think we talked about this, but I've seen movies where I found maybe like creepy parts, but like freaked me out where I was like scared. No. Spooky season makes you tap into dark femme taboo more. Hell yeah. I mean, if you're into that, go for it. And what is taboo really? Like, I mean, if we think about it in terms of like the manifestation perspective, what is taboo? Like, it's taboo to someone, but normal to someone else. Like, it doesn't have a set meaning. It's like a lot of societal constructs, you know? You saw alien and vampire movies of independent creators, predictable script cheat show. Oh my god. Yeah, some of those movies are like, I think they call them like Z movies or something, and they're like intentionally bad on purpose, and I'm like, oh my god. Some of those have like freaked me out in a way, not where I was like scared, but like just because the quality looked weird, like it wasn't like high budget, and like the way that it was filmed, there was something in the way that it was filmed that I'm like, yeah, this is like, this is kind of disturbing. I don't know if I like it, but not in a scary way. Yeah, I think they're called Z movies. Like they're made really bad to make it really bad, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not creepy in a way where it's scary, it's creepy in a way where like, I don't want to see this, like it's weird, like ugh, like I don't know. I have not seen The Matrix Part 2. I've only seen Matrix Part, yeah, same here. I've only seen Matrix Part 1, and that the last time I even saw that movie was like years ago, so I don't remember too much of it. Samuel L. Jackson was in a movie about killer cell phones. Are you serious? The one that I fucking love is Snakes on a Plane. Like, I revisit that fucking scene in YouTube far often than I, you know, care to admit, where he's like, I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. And I'm like, damn. 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yo, I mean, I really need to check that out, because Samuel L. Jackson is just like funny as fuck. Like he usually has pretty good fucking movies. I remember there was this movie he was in, oh my god, I forget, it was like, I think it was called 187. I thought that was a good movie. It's not really like a horror movie, but it's kind of like a drama type. I thought that was pretty good too. You gave it 16%. Oh my god. Yeah, those movies are so interesting to watch, because it's clearly like their agenda was to make it so horrible. I mean, I don't know, but some of them freak me out, just like the way the footage looks. I don't know. There was a movie that like everyone was saying was oh my god, The Sixth Sense. And it was a good movie. Like, I thought it was good, but I just didn't think it was scary. I liked the kind of like twist at the ending, but they were like, oh, it was so scary. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Number one is like PG-13. Like, if a movie is PG-13, I'm like, oh god, like I can't. some of the independent creators YouTube channel later. Oh my god. I would like to see some of the independent creators because it's like so entertaining. You know what I like? If anyone is into like horror movies, there's this channel on YouTube and it's called Alter. Oh my god, they have some really fucking good movies on there. And some of them are like kind of like dark comedy, like they're, you know, and some of them are like made to be like terrifying or whatever. And I fucking love that channel. I love it so much. And they're short too. It's not like a full-length feature film. Ooh, it's a good quality for a cheap budget. Ooh, okay. I'm down for that. Hell yeah. Write it down. I don't know how to type in here. It's called Alter. Alter. I don't even know how I stumbled upon that, but that shit was so fucking amazing. I was like, wow, okay. Instant sub. Yes, with an E, Alter. Not alter like you have a shrine to someone. Alter like you altered clothing, like that type of one. I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck topic I was talking about before that. I think I was talking about, I was talking about different levels of perception, and I started talking about The Exorcist, and then scary movies jumped in the fucking chat. And I've had like the scary movie series playing this whole fucking time. This whole time. Now I'm on scary movie number 3. They just keep fucking going and going. But these are like the comedy ones. They're not, you know what I'm talking about. They're like parodies of like the horror movies. So yeah, I think I'm going to jump off here in a little bit because I was talking for quite some time, if we even want to say that linear time exists. But I guess I will do one more, I always say this, one more question. If anyone has any question that might be pertinent to the group, or if not, then I'm just going to jump off. I'm getting hungry. I always get fucking hungry when I'm on here. I don't know why. I think because I'm like, even though I'm not really doing anything, I'm like doing shit. Well, that's what I actually am going to talk about before I jump off. You don't need to do shit to manifest. And let me leave you all with these fucking amazing words. The only thing that you do is keep your mind focused on what you want and don't think against it. You don't need to lift a finger. In the 3D, TikTok blocks your comments. I've been seeing some of your comments, Icon Haze. I don't know. I mean, oh, love you too, Petite Bay. So you don't need to do anything. You do not need to do anything to get your manifestation. I assure you. The only thing that is trying to tell you to do something, perform a physical action, is your ego. That is the carnal meat suit. That is not the God self. Exactly. You hate you hate people saying you have to do something in the 3D. I mean, if they believe that they have to do something in 3D, then yeah, that's how it's going to play out for them. But that doesn't make it true. That makes it their belief. So the beliefs that you even have about manifestation are going to play out in your manifestation, not because they're rules, but because you believe in them. The name of the game is what I say goes, what I think goes, what I dominantly focus on goes, period. That's it. That's all, folks. Nothing else to see here. Okay. So what you have to keep in mind is that you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything at all other than keep your mind on what you want, or at very minimum, just don't think against it. And the thing is fucking done. It's done now. It is done perfectly. You're not the individual who is manifesting it. You are the motherfucker who is in it. So what is your next move? Okay. So you're manifesting money. In your mind, How is that money serving you in the 3D, right? That's where you ideally want to be, because you know that the money is already there. You don't need to do anything. If you're meant to do anything to have you and that money meet in the 3D, you are going to be guided. And you're going to be guided by a thought to do something, whether it makes logical sense or not, or a thought to perform an action, or to make a phone call, or to do something. It's just going to flow through you. And that's how you know that it's an inspired action. You're not even going to be aware that it's fucking happening. You're not going to feel like you have to weigh this thought. You're not going to feel like the thought is coercing you. Like sometimes the ego can seem like it's coercing you. If you don't do this, that's going to happen. If you don't do that, that's not going to happen, right? Like it's like being forceful. But an inspired action is just going to flow. It's just going to flow. It's just going to be like, and you're just like, whoa, what am I fucking doing? Okay? So even if the action looks on the surface like it has nothing to do with your desire, it has something to do with your desire. And you're only going to know that until after the desire is made manifest. You're going to be like, huh, now I see why I was guided to do that. Now I see why I was guided to say that. Now I see why I was guided to write that email, whatever it is. That's what it is. Inspired action. You don't need to do anything. Declare what you want, okay? If you have a built-up backstory, you're going to affirm the opposite, so you get rid of that backstory, the undertone, and you're not going to think against it. And we are not calling them SPs anymore. We're saying who they really are. The motherfucker you're married to, the motherfucker you're fucking, the motherfucker that is a friends with benefits, the motherfucker that's your best friend, the motherfucker that, yeah, who knows, okay? It's specific to you. But we're going to call them that individual that would do anything for you because they are you. Fuck yeah, okay? And we're not saying that we're manifesting anything anymore. We're saying, yeah, it's here, it's done now, so now what? Okay, I'm going to be doing this. What is the next step? One step beyond, okay? That's what it is. And we're not lifting a finger unless we're inspired to. And if we're inspired to, it's going to feel like the finger is lifting us. You see what I'm saying? It's to be like that fucking pick where it's like the finger of God is like reaching to Adam or some shit. You know, that famous fucking pick, and they're about to like, I don't know, the pick painting, and they're like touching like that. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? So, and again, that comes back to the symbolism. Adam and God, like trying to touch fingers over here. Atom, the carbon body, 666, 6 neurons, 6 protons, 6 electrons, whatever the fuck I read in the beginning. The beast mode, the God mind touching the beast. The God mind flowing through the beast, piloting the beast, okay? It's nothing fucking scary. It's just a human suit. It's the carnal aspect. The desires of the ego, because God desires nothing. So you want to be in the God state. And the God state is desiring nothing, remaining present, no matter if you're sitting on the toilet bowl, no matter if you're writing an essay, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing, you're present. If a thought comes to your mind, do you want to see it in the 3D? If yes, proceed. If no, change that thought, okay? Collapse that fucking timeline. So, I am going to jump off here now because I was talking for quite some time. This is going to be on YouTube, and I'll be posting on TikTok. And yeah, that's subliminal about the motherfucker that we're already with, that no one is manifesting because they manifested us, and we're so happy to. Whatever the fuck that you know, reframing an SP manifestation to something favorable. We're doing that at a certain point, but time doesn't exist. So I will get that up at, you know, quite effectively. But yeah, I usually upload pretty quickly, I guess, by linear time. So okay, yes, have a good day, night too, Icon Hayes. Thank you, Cookie Sprinkles. Thank you for being here. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining, for the likes, for the comments, for the conversations, for the follows, for the gifts. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.